Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Welcome on into the live. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We're just getting this thing going. We already got phone lines ringing, apparently. Wow.
Wow, hello.
Wow.
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 Rip.
I think I might move this thing. I keep coming out of the camera on this side.
I mean, so do I, technically.
Gotta shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off.
Swift is catchy. That's about all we got going on.
Shake it off. Shake it off. Cause the player's gonna play. Oh, sorry. We're just getting into it.
Careful, we might get that copyright.
Oh yeah, I might end up like
so
Matt over
good.
there. Freaking,
You're doing so good.
I must sound way too much like Taylor. I might get a copyright over here.
Careful,
That's a total
guys.
possibility.
Yeah, don't want to sound like you're actually playing the proper music or the lyrics because they're gonna get you.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh my god, is that actually Taylor? They can't even tell.
Holy buckets.
Oh my goodness, it's kind of hot in here, isn't it?
Yeah, you should probably turn it down a bit.
Turn down the AC a bit. Sounds good.
I hope I don't get cold. I don't have a cardigan nearby.
Baby, you're always cold.
I know, and I don't have anything near me.
I'm surprised you're not wearing a jacket right now, and it's like way too hot in here.
I just agreed with you that I'm hot, so why would I be?
I know. I've just never heard you say those words before. They were confusing.
That's not true.
I've never heard you say the words. Usually.
Yeah, you've heard it before. That's
I'm freezing.
I am normally cold. That is
so
true.
Cold in here.
That is very true. Also, I'm surprised that we're not getting an echo yet.
An echo.
Yeah, that would only happen if when we had a caller on, I think. So that's fixed.
Until this echo in my mind.
You're just going after.
Hey, it's Sing Song Sundays.
You're just going after.
I just made it. It's Sing Song Sundays.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that's not bad actually.
Yeah. I'm only gonna talk to Maga in song.
In song?
Yeah.
Out of tune.
I'm just gonna sing them the whole time.
You know what? This is not a musical. I didn't sign up for this. Okay.
I will only be talking to Maga in show tunes today.
I didn't sign up for this. I'm just gonna let you know.
I don't know. We're gonna do a what's that called?
Mob. Flash mob?
Yeah, we're gonna do flash mob.
I don't think whatever that was enjoyed that. I think it was one of the lids of the
jars. That scared the shit out of me.
It didn't like you.
Yeah.
Whatever that was, it was like denied. I think that's the universe telling you
to do more flash mobs?
To not. Flash mobs, no flash mobs for Polly, guys. He's not able to do a flash mob.
Yeah,
communicate in jazz hands.
In jazz hands only. Yes.
That's a good one, Joey.
Yes, only in jazz hands.
Who will buy all of Russia's oil?
Yeah, and spirit fingers.
I swear, planes will
fingers,
fly.
jazz hands. We got what's for the Key and Peele, whatever it is when you do the hands like this.
I don't know what that is.
He said
this is the princess wave, according to the Princess Diary.
Yeah, like when they're explaining to the family about the gay wedding, and he goes, "Are there going to be any something hands?" I don't remember what it is.
Oh,
and he's like, he's like, when y'all do this.
And they're like, no,
I don't think there'll be any of this at the wedding.
No, like, where are you guys getting your information from? That is a good skit. That is a good skit.
I gotta watch that later, see what they call it again. I totally forgot.
Throw Skittles in the air.
No, that's from that same skit.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's like, do we throw rice like everybody else? What else do we throw? I don't know. Couscous, Skittles.
I would actually endorse throwing Skittles in the air.
If they were sour Skittles, I could totally go for that.
I mean, you would just be doing this the whole time.
Yeah, I've been trying to eat, bro. I love sour. I just went and bought a pack of sour Skittles today. I'm gonna eat them on the live. I know you're aware. I'm not talking. You were with me. They weren't.
Irrelevant information for 500.
I'm gonna eat them on live at some point during this. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, birdseed is also a great idea to actually, let the birds eat, because apparently throwing rice is not a good thing.
Oh yeah, it can totally kill them. Yeah,
for birds, yeah.
Yeah, they swallow a bunch and then it gets like
it expands in their stomach or something.
This is why I say Skittles.
Skittles, because let the ants get them.
The birds can also eat Skittles.
I don't think they would though.
I bet you they would. I bet you they would.
I
Someone's talking about
thought-
freeze-dried Skittles. I do not get the whole.
No, freeze-dried
someone else
candy.
just said the freeze-dried Skittles. The freeze-dried stuff, dude. I don't get it. I'm just letting you guys. I've tried the freeze-dried Skittles. Well, I don't understand. What are you doing?
This didn't pop up, and I was trying to figure out why, and it said it was connected. It's like your chat's not actually going through there.
Gotcha.
I'm about to.
Should I try and give your cockatiel? No, because then I'll feel bad if something happens. But yeah, I've tried those like freeze-dried Skittles and all that sort of stuff, and it doesn't do it for me. Like I don't. Wait, I am doing that. I'm talking to the crowd first, if you don't mind.
I'll talk to them.
They want to be entertained. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Yeah,
No,
they're
I'm
not
good
here
at
to
that,
watch me click on buttons.
It's already there.
So, but yeah, no, I tried the freeze dried Skittles. I got them at like some farmer's market or something, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it's something about like they're like it's like they're crunchy. Like I don't understand. But if you guys like them, I'm all for you.
The Skittles are for Polly to catch with his own mouth. Okay, I don't know what to tell you.
I will not leave any Skittles. I will not leave any Skittles to the birds. Okay, don't worry about it. I will not leave any Skittles to the birds. I will eat them all myself. You do not have to worry at all. I promise you that. All right, y'all. Well, I try to fix this thing for some reason. I don't know why it's not working. Y'all, please come in, tap that screen, hit that like button, hit that follow button if you're new here. If you do still support Trump, you can get a hold of us by calling in the number that's right on the screen, and we will be answering that phone very shortly. Very, very shortly. Faster than you can, I don't know. Call in? I don't know. I was going to make a joke there, and then I totally lost it. I got nothing. I absolutely had nothing.
Plot was lost.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't get it. Why is it doing that?
I don't know. Because it's already technically activated. That's why I suggested restarting it.
If it would be active. Anyways, yeah, the only correct answer to the best type of Skittles is sour Skittles. So if you disagree, don't worry. Just know that you're wrong. Just know that you're wrong, okay? The correct answer is sour Skittles. I will not be taking questions. I might go get my sour Skittles, though. I might go get them.
I know. You keep saying you are, so you need to.
Well, I just got on live. I didn't want to, like, start out the live just freaking munching down. All right. I wanted to give people a chance to get in here before I'm just over here just freaking going to town on this place, all right? But anyways, while we're waiting on somebody else to call in.
I see it's working now.
Yep, it's all working. While we're waiting on everybody else to call in, we were just doing some reading. Tara, thank you so much for the train. Sorry, I just caught that. Thank you so much, Tara, for the train. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. There was a chat for Tara for the train. We were just talking about Brendan Carr. Funny enough, I don't know if you guys have been listening into what's going on with that. But Brendan Carr is trying to take people's licenses away. Again. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
There's one over that way somewhere, I'm sure.
Not that
You don't even like Coke. You just like Sprite. There's Sprites. Go get it.
And you get cherry Coke every once in a while.
I'm not like a big fan, so no.
Well, you know, my dad worked for Coke growing up, so there was like always Coke and like Diet Coke in my house. Just kind of.
Yeah,
It
sometimes you get
burns
over
you
it.
out or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's threatening to take, broadcast licenses away from countries that are, or from news agencies that are not reporting on the war the way that Donald Trump wants them to. And it's really just interesting hearing that after just watching, finishing the Nuremberg movie on Netflix.
I feel like everybody should watch that, especially MAGA, people that are still believing Donald Trump right now, because they had some banger lines
Well,
that
especially
apply.
that end of that movie
Yeah.
was like, oh, it feels like they're talking about now. It's not right now, but they didn't even record it right now, but it sounds like they're talking about now, which is wow, right? But okay, truthfully, that's what it sounds like to me. Like when Brendan Carr is out there saying, "Oh, if you don't report the way that you want that we want you to report on a war, right? If you're not being favorable to the government when you talk about the war, then we're not going to renew your broadcast licensing." Like that's enough that it should scare everybody. And I actually went and looked up what he was actually responding to. And it was a Wall Street Journal article, right? It was a Wall Street Journal article that simply just said that 5 refueling aircraft at Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia were hit in an attack by Iran. They were minor, like one was 4 were very minorly damaged and were returned to service. One sustained a little bit more damage and needed some repairs. And Donald Trump took that as, you want the US to lose the war and hate America because they're reporting on actual things that are going on, right? But apparently, if you're not following the propaganda, right? If you're not just being like, everything we do is amazing and we're always perfect and every single strike we do is the most amazing strike ever and every military action is perfect and we've never been touched and our supreme leader once scored a 15 on an 18-hole golf course and can bench press 700 pounds, 4 reps, right? If you're not reporting exactly what the propaganda machine wants you to report on, then apparently Brendan Carr is going to take away your ability to broadcast the news in the United States. These are literally the things we were warned about, right? Literally the things that we read in history books. Well, I guess some of us obviously didn't read those history books, obviously. But the literal things we read in history books to watch out for, and they're doing it out in public and out in the open.
Well, what I was gonna say is that it's very similar to now. Apparently, are you guys aware that the most well-known publication that reports on military information, Stars and Stripe, is now woke, according to Hegseth?
Yes, for y'all who have read Stars and Stripes for a long time, like me, because I have. Okay, they're about as far from left leaning as you could fucking get. Okay, like I'm sorry, they not left leaning, right? But that's where we're at now, is that they're trying to pose anything that goes against what the administration says as woke, right? As anti-America, like all this sort of stuff. So they're trying to they're trying to twist the words and change everything to make it this idea of exactly how we should be reporting on everything, because we have everything that the supreme leader says we got to follow, we got to do exactly what he says. If they can't change it. It's really, really sad that they're going after Wall Street Journal. But then, like when they go after like Wall Street Journal, that's one thing. And Wall Street Journal is even like, kind of right leaning. It has been for a long time, right? But like when you start attacking Stars and Stripes, like give me a fucking break, man.
Well, the worst part about the Stars and Stripe one is the way that they phrase it. So everybody that works for Stars and Stripe is technically like enlisted. So if they go against what, I can't remember the exact phrasing, like basically the code of conduct of the USMJ, UCMJ, then they could be court-martialed just for writing something.
Well, of course, that's always existed, right? That's always existed.
But
But
now
that's
it's
not.
just
But that's not what he's saying,
yeah.
right? That's not what he's saying. He's saying that they're woke, right? And that's what's actually funny. For you guys who are not familiar with Stars and Stripes, it's a military publication, right? Written by military members. It's part of the, it's been around for a long time, right? It's reported on a whole bunch of different military stuff, military actions, all sorts of stuff like that. But to call them woke is just wild. And again, for those of you who aren't very familiar with them, woke is not what I would describe them as. I don't know. You can describe them as a lot of things. I don't think woke is one of them. But yeah, again, they're even going after people that are reporting in their favor, things that have normally reported in your favor, right? But like Joey just said, and I was just about to bring that up. Yeah, Stars and Stripes isn't free publication. It's not the liberal media, right?
It's paid for by the United States military and Pentagon.
It's not. I mean, it's Hegseth's paper.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's paid. The Pentagon is what pays to publish it. Like, they're the ones that fund it.
Yeah, but pretty much what he's saying is it's not propaganda enough.
I mean, that's exactly what they literally have it included in there, that they want it to include. Like, now the Stars and Stripe has to be specifically. They have, all the journalists have to sign the same piece of paper that the Pentagon press corps that chose to stay had to sign. Which is,
but that
we'll tell you what to do.
But that actually kind of makes sense. Like, that's the thing. We can't. Anyways, I don't want to go off on this whole thing on Stars and Stripes. I did not mean to go on like a huge diatribe on Stars and Stripes.
That might be it.
Yeah, but like, it's ridiculous because again, they can do that because it's again their publication, right? So that makes sense, right? Like that is what it is, right? It's just the matter of fact that they're calling it woke is the weird part, right? Like if I have my own publication, I can put whatever publication I want out, right? And I can also, like censor whatever I want in my publication, right? Like they have the ability to do that. Because again, like Joey said, it's not free press, right? It's not like any of this other stuff, right? What's a violation of free press, what's a violation of the First Amendment is when they're threatening to take broadcast licenses away from things like the Wall Street Journal. That is a violation of free press. This is nothing. It's just funny because all I'm saying is I've read it many times, right? Like I've brought up Stars and Stripes on this, like on my live before as proof about things, right? They're not some left-leaning wokeism freaking basket of wokeism. Like they're just not, right? It's just simply not, right? So but anyways, if they are, like, freaking who cares, dude? Like freaking just it's
oh my
his
God, you're
publication.
woke because you woke up this morning.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. That's kind of the Stars and Stripes thing's kind of a moot point besides again just proving that they want to call everything woke if they just don't like it, right? Like, and that's the big problem. But the Wall Street Journal thing is really, really concerning. And I don't think their threats are empty either. And that's the crazy part, right? I don't think that their threats of not renewing like broadcast licenses for different organizations because they just don't like, because they don't like what they report, even if it's factual, even if it's true. That's where I really start to have an issue. So anyways, y'all come on in, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you still support Trump, you can contact us by calling in the number on the screen. You'll either see it right below me or right in between us, depending on which way you're looking at. Yeah, I forgot where I was going.
I don't know, but I can tell you that TikTokers need to get the likes up because 11,000 likes, 19 minutes in.
Yeah, I don't know
guys.
I don't know what we're doing over here. Hit that like button, regardless of which platform you're on. Hit that like button. I appreciate that. Oh, anyways, how's everybody Sunday doing? Everybody doing good? I have a headache. We went to a concert last night. I have a headache. I'm too old.
It was fun though, until your feet started hurting.
It wasn't the feet hurt. They just played forever, man.
They're like, we're going on. This is an hour and 20-minute set, and we're like,
yeah, too long. So, did you hear the Iranians are blaming the Epstein files for being attacked? Just thought. I don't even know if there's really much to talk about with that. But it's fucking hilarious, right? Like It's just funny. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just. It's a little bit more nuanced than what I said. Okay, it is a little bit more nuanced than what I said. All right, but it is fucking funny, right? Like that Iran is just like, yeah. They pretty much said, and this is not a joke. I forgot, it was one of the ministers in Iran. I can't remember which one, but one of the ministers in Iran literally. What the heck is stuck to my? That's funny. One of the ministers in Iran literally said, hey, they're going to plan a 9/11 style attack and blame us, and we didn't do it. Like,
Yeah,
all the Epstein backers are going to do that.
It's on a new building that's being built in California that's supposed to be taller than the Twin Towers.
Is that why Kash Patel is telling California to watch out for Iranian drone strikes?
Yeah, while they're also now putting out a reward for the 2 men that managed to steal 4 drones from a army facility in November.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. No, so like it's coming in the same time as putting out bounties and releasing pictures of 2 men who managed to steal 4 drones from an army facility in November. But no one, they're not reporting, like, in all the stories where they're talking about the bounty for any information on these 2 men, they're not reporting that these were stolen in November. You have to do a little bit of a digging to find out that they were stolen 5 months ago.
So let me get this straight. So Kash Patel is telling California, hey, you might get attacked by Iran. And then Iran is saying, hey, just let you know, if something happens, we didn't do it. They're going to try to blame us. And now they're like, hey, we're looking for missing drones that have been missing since November, just in case they ended up blowing something up.
Yeah, basically, I guess. But while also hiding the fact that they were stolen in November is the point. Like, they're not being clear on that. They're just like, there were drones stolen from an army base, 4 of them. Look out for these 2 men. Here's the reward. And then if you look it up, you have to look it up separately to find out that it was stolen 5 months ago. Like, they're hiding, like, it's insanity.
That video that we watched earlier where it was talking about, it was a fake thing saying Iran is claiming they had to invade the United States because
oh yeah, doing the opposite.
Because they can't be trusted. They're causing destabilization in the region. They're a threat to Western powers. They're funding terrorists. Like, like, he made all these comparisons between, like, why it was so bad. It was so dumb, but it was so funny. It was so funny that they were making, like, all the comparisons, like, between, like, why we need to, like, why we're saying we invade Iran and making all those direct comparisons back to the U.S. doing all of those exact same things. It was just, it was dead accurate. And it was like, oh yeah, they even have.
It was very much that hits. Like, I felt that. And
I wonder if I can find it real quick. I might be able to find it real quick. I don't remember if I saved it or not.
Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know what I save.
I don't know.
I see too much stuff. I never know what is he doing? I never know what he's doing.
Who?
It's a joke.
Oh. Jokes I don't understand. So
yes,
we know that.
I'm aware.
Guys, if you voted for Trump, feel free to call that number on the screen while we are looking something up.
Oh, I found it.
The US to liberate its people and bring democracy to the region. A spokesperson said Iran says it will invade the US to liberate its people and bring democracy to the region. A spokesperson said the American regime needed to be overthrown because it funds wars in the Middle East, arms its proxies, destabilizes the world, kills its own citizens, is a threat to the West, and cannot be trusted with nuclear weapons because they might use them against hurricanes. The spokesperson added the US was a prime candidate for invasion because it also has vast oil reserves and is harboring the architect of 9/11.
That last part's really funny because when it says the architect of 9/11, it shows a picture of Bush. But anyways, not the point. It's crazy how we, It's crazy how we do that. Anyways, y'all, if you'd like to support the live, we do a super chat, super stickers, pay links in the bio, live gift goals. We got the boxing gloves going up today, so if you'd like to support with the gifting over there, really appreciate that. FS,
I'm not surprised. It had to have been that video.
okay, that was obviously a joke. They're dumb. Anyways, it says, don't hesitate to acknowledge the sexiest man alive, Charlie Brown, and a handsome Snoopy dog, and chance you get. Also, screw Kegseth, what a loser. I agree with the last part. That's for damn sure. Charlie Brown is pretty sexy. He is pretty sexy. I will definitely agree with that. That's 100%. And FSL again, thank you for the $5. For the $5, said no shout out for Charlie Brown and Snoopy. They deserve one. Yeah, we have to get to it. Okay, this line.
We were getting there, I promise.
Yeah, we do talk about politics here, so it does, it does behoove us to actually talk about politics and not just Charlie Brown. But we do always get there. All right. And Scott, thank you so much for the $5. I think it's okay for Americans to tell Europeans that they're Canadians, except for MAGAs, then fuck off. Oh yeah, if I travel to Europe, I'm definitely just saying I'm Canadian. I don't want it. It's simply at this point, it's just for brevity's sake, right? Like I don't need to get into a taxi cab and then have to explain like, oh no, I'm a good one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like actually start giving details about how I'm a good one. It's way more difficult that way, So, yeah, I'm definitely claiming Canadian or I don't know, something. So I'm gonna hide the passport or something. I don't know what to tell you. But thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate it.
For those asking what happened to my eyeballs, they just got worse. Okay. They just got worse. I don't know what to tell you. My eyesight just gets worse.
Actually, yeah, apparently it didn't like me playing an obvious parody video. Because it's so dumb. It's so stupid. But that's the way it works in the lands over here. This one's better over here. FSL, again, thank you so much for the $5. And my bad, I just love Charlie Brown. Thanks, y'all. I can tell. Okay? I can tell you are a really big fan. Okay? And I don't want to take that away from you. All right. I don't want to take that away from you. So, I totally get it. No harm, no foul.
We're apparently honorary Canadians though. So I mean I'm good with that. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah. Yeah, I do have to work on the accent though. I would have to work on the accent.
If there are some times when I lived in North Dakota for a bit, and sometimes that comes out, which is like Canadian adjacent. So I don't think I would do it very well though. I can't like make it happen.
Someone said they claim Korean. I can't claim Korean. I don't know. I know like 2 words in Korean. Okay. Maybe 2 words. I know maybe 2 words. Oh my God. It's going to take forever, isn't it?
Do you want to?
Sorry, we're over here talking about TikTok going down. I apologize. We were talking about other stuff. Anyways, y'all, if you guys still support Trump, you guys can call in on the number that's next to me over here. And we can get into some conversation. If not, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything you want to talk about, it's been honestly kind of a slow day in the news, which is
refreshing and surprising.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I'd be lying if I said I disliked it.
Yeah, there's apparently mostly what's going on in the news anyway is all just about the Oscars, which I don't care about. I don't think most of y'all
couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't care less about the Oscars. Like, yeah, of course it was approved. You fucking.
Do you have to restart it?
Yeah, sometimes. So, oh no, I don't. I remember how to do it now.
Oh.
You just click go live and it'll. Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I don't know if you guys are in for the Oscars. I mean, I'm all for you. I don't even know what's being put up for it.
Forget it if I know. Words. There are no words to be had.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm just trying not to get my FCC license taken away by Brendan Carr. Okay. That's all I'm trying to
R.I.P.
do.
forever.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. That's not what I meant to do. I forgot I'm over here. I'm just
How
trying
dare
to.
you?
I know, right? I'm just trying not to have my FCC license taken away. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, goodness gracious.
What?
There it goes.
I'm trying to
Is this
break
not
stuff.
locked over here? Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Lock it.
Oops.
Yeah, we're not locked over here.
I'll lock you inside the house.
Good one. Nailed it.
Duh. I don't give a shit. I'm awesome. I don't care. Besides the fact that...
Can things get to the Strait of Hormuz yet?
Oh, actually, there was something new that came out about Markwayne Mullins.
Oh, you mean he's not a good guy?
I mean, we already knew that, but no, let me see if I can find which one that was. It's his finances, and that is, you're on the right website for it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's talking about Markwayne Mullin. Apparently, he got significantly richer while in Congress. Big surprise.
Ooh, Pelosi gate time.
I wonder where all the Trump supporters are going to be talking about Nancy Pelosi and Markwayne Mullin. Mullin reported buying shares in Chevron, the only major U.S. oil company producing in Venezuela. 5 days after the purchase, President Trump attacked Venezuela, demanding its leadership gave better terms to U.S. oil company. Chevron's stock price has since jumped, even as the market as a whole has slipped. The Chevron transaction, which Mr. Mullin reported in January, was among as much as $2.8 million he invested in 31 companies on December 29th, and part of the pattern of large, frequent trades that has made him one of the most prolific stock buyers in Congress. So I guess Markwayne Mullin's insider trading.
2.8 million invested in 31 companies. Holy, for fuck's sake.
Pelosi gate, guys, Nancy Pelosi. That's the problem. Right? That's who we should really be focused on. The lady whose literal husband is an investment banker. All right. That's the person that we should really be worried about, that we should be going after to make sure she's not insider trading. However, we're going to make this guy, who obviously had inside knowledge on freaking which company was going to be freaking successful in Venezuela, and traded on that. And apparently we're just going to I guess that one doesn't matter, right?
It's almost as bad as people making hundreds of thousands of dollars off of Kelshi and Polymarket hours before we struck Iran.
That's not surprising at all. So
they found out that they were new accounts that had never placed a bet on either of the sites before, placed it up to 72 hours before we struck them. One being as soon as 48 minutes before we drone strike them, just placing bets on whether the U.S. was going to strike Iran. And one bet was for, if I remember right, they put in $15,000. One back, that bet paid out over $500,000.
I'm sure that was just lucky.
And just a reminder, guys, do you guys want to?
Sure, that was just lucky, right?
Friendly reminder: who is on the CEO?
I didn't know you could bet for that.
On the board of Polymarket and Kelshi.
You know what's actually sad is
Apparently
I should have been jumping on Kelshi because I predicted it too.
I mean.
Yeah, I was actually on the phone with my mom, literally.
So did I, actually. That's the sad part. Oh my God.
On Friday, the Friday we hit, I was talking to my mom, on the phone that day, and I was like, I would be so completely surprised if we made it through the weekend without hitting a rod. And so maybe the Kalshi thing wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, if I guessed it and you guessed it.
I mean, I did. I said something to my hairdresser. I was like, next time I see you, we probably have bombed her on.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that.
I know. It was within at the same time. But But the thing was, it had a time frame too, right? And it was like spot on, dead accurate to when we bombed them.
Well, apparently they were in some restaurant in DC singing "Bomb Iran." They were taking it to what was it? Bomb Iran, bomb Iran. They were singing that.
Is that a thing? I've never.
Well, no,
heard of that.
they're singing this. Are you asking if the story's real?
No, like the song.
Well, no, that's a different song
Oh.
that they're singing it to the tune of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but apparently there was a whole bunch of freaking White House staffers that were like singing that in like a fucking restaurant, like hours before it hit, like hours before the attack. Yeah.
They also bought snow crabs hours before the attack to like munch on and nom 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 nom.
Yeah, but that's the song, by the way. Barbara Ann by the Beach Boys.
Oh.
Barbara Ann.
Sorry, this behind me is obviously his, not mine. And I don't even know if that's the right people.
That's not the Beach Boys.
I'm done.
That is definitely the Beatles.
I don't know. Again, not my music.
That is definitely the Beatles and not the Beach Boys.
Ah.
But hey, hell of a try. I give you an A for effort. So
I don't trust it.
Deborah, thank you so much for the hat and mustache. Thank you so much for the hat and mustache. I appreciate that. Yeah, apparently I was reading something. Apparently a lot of those crab legs went to the Middle East for the troops prior to the attack. It was kind of like a last meal type of thing. Is it not?
I'm not saying what came to my mind.
I mean, was it not? I mean, isn't that the vibe it gives off? I didn't get it. It was spent in September.
No, some of it was like, so they spent it then, but then they also bought a whole bunch of stuff literally the week before February, like the week leading up to February 28th. Like that's all it was, guys. Like yes, we know that they spent a crap ton of money in September. That's not really anything new.
There's different separate ones. There were some in September. There was some before this. There were some at the White House. There were some that went downrange. There was some of all of it, right?
Morale meal. That's a decent way of putting that.
It's a last meal. Yeah.
I hate you.
What? I mean, it makes sense, right? Like if you're about to start a war and freaking people are going to start attacking people, we might as well give them a meal first.
So are we saying they predicted? Like
they predicted, they knew it was happening.
Okay.
Just like, do you know that they and actually I've heard, I don't know this for sure, but I've heard that there's actually spies like in like the DC area, and like they actually just look for like when pizza deliveries and all sorts of shit go up, and start deliveries to the White House for like food and stuff start going up, because it usually means that something's about to happen, because they're all like in the like situation room and they're all like doing like combat stuff, so they all start ordering food.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and so they bring all of it in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I know, Dre, it's a normal thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't. Look, dude, if you're about to send the troops to war, you might as well give them some lobster, okay? I don't have that big of a deal with that.
Give them something nice.
Yeah. Now, granted, all the rest of the shit that was actually just going to the White House and being spent at the Pentagon, not okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, what did Cartman say in South Park?
I probably definitely don't know the answer to this question.
Yeah, what do you say? You might as well take me out to dinner before you try to fuck me. Sorry. That's what I thought of when. Sorry. Anyways,
that's all.
I like to be wine and dined. Anyways, don't worry, guys. We're only kind of not in a war, so
just remember, if this operation in Iran is not a war, then neither is the Vietnam War, the Korean War, the Iraqi War, the Gulf War, the first one, right? Like none of those are wars
The
because it was
first
never
Gulf War, the second Gulf War.
That one is Iraq. Sorry, I said Iran twice, so I meant the Iraqi War. That's Gulf War. Second one is.
I
the
know
war
what
in
all these
Iraq.
wars are, and you're confusing me.
Okay, well,
I know what all these wars are, and you're confusing me. That's pretty impressive. Did you bring up your backup with your account on there? All right, y'all. If you guys still support Trump, you guys can call on the number that's below me. Or to the next to me, or whatever, wherever the number is. You can call in if you want to have a conversation. I'm not interested in taking you on TikTok as a guest there. So injured soldiers don't get a Purple Heart. There's no requirement to be injured in a actual declared war to get a Purple Heart.
Yeah, you can
That's not a
get a
requirement.
Purple Heart just for like it. You get a Purple
Well,
Heart.
it has to be in combat.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. As long as you're just injured during, unfortunately, as long as you're injured during a combat mission.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be in a declared war. Again, we would have no Purple Heart recipients in ever.
Not since literally World War II.
Yeah,
I would be.
Yeah, and they're giving out medals of honor and stuff now. So
To Vietnam veterans, yeah.
Did they give? Oh yeah, there was a Vietnam veteran, right?
No, I think there was one that received a Purple Heart. I don't remember what the first guy received or what he was.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're just hanging up. People are calling, and as soon as I get ready to answer the phone, they're just hanging up.
They're
So
like, oh no, it's been 2 seconds. Click.
Yeah, there's literally 2 people who have tried to call in, and before I could answer the phone, they hung up. So I don't know what people are doing. Scott, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I am just really surprised you weren't one before. That's what really surprises me. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much, Scott. Hello?
Child, go play games.
Are they a child? I don't know. It just sounds like they're in
I
a
just
pocket.
assumed.
Hello, how are you?
Nigger, 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 nigger.
Guys, if you guys would like to support the live, I do have the hat and mustaches going on over there. We do also have super chats, super stickers, and all that fun stuff too. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. And Scott, again, I don't know how you weren't a member before. I'm kind of actually like disappointed.
You noticed that I think he was. I think he just upgraded.
No, it would say upgraded.
No, I've never seen it say upgraded when they move from friend to or like.
This isn't even the upgraded one.
Oh, it's not.
That's not even the upgraded one. Tolly, thank you so much for the hat and mustaches for clearing all of that out. I really, really appreciate that. Big W's in chat for Tolly for that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I didn't know it put it on both of us. That's cool.
It's its new thing. It's not just doing one anymore.
That's cool. I like that better. Yeah, it must just be the weather. People are on crack. I don't know what to tell you. No, the thing about those people that's come in and said that they yell names, it's just kind of funny. It's just like, man, it just shows that you have literally no intellect between your ears. That you're just like, I only know one thing to say. And it just gets kind of boring after a while, you know? I've been doing this for a long time. People have been calling in, doing that exact same thing over and over. And it's just like, man, it's just like boring. You know? It's just boring. Like, come up and troll better, you know? Or are you just too stupid? Anyways. You're currently in a blizzard. Us too. We're also in a blizzard here in there he goes. There he said renewed. I don't know how that there he goes. Now it popped up. Yeah, we're also in here in a blizzard in Florida. What is going on?
Bailey.
Yeah. I think our blizzard, what was it, like 70, 75 today? Yeah, it is horrible. It is horrible. There was like a light breeze though. So, I mean, we're pretty much going through almost the exact same thing you guys are, right? So like, it was like a light breeze coming off the ocean and it was just, Ari had to put on a cardigan. It was pretty cold. Okay. It was pretty cold.
Yes, for my 2.5 seconds of being outside.
Yeah. So we barely survived. We were pretty much snowed in. All right. We were pretty much snowed in for like a long time. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying I can relate to all of you guys, in your blizzards and all sorts of stuff. So I'm already looking at the freaking weather for freaking when we go to New York, and it's way too cold.
Yeah, I was like actually looking at my long sleeves, and I was like, oh, I got to put those away. And I'm like, nah, no, I don't. I'm probably going to need them at the end of the month. Put them in a suitcase, I guess.
It's really not going to be that cold.
You're talking to me. Let's just say anything under 68 deserves a long sleeves, okay?
All right, well, then it's cold for you. It's like in the 50s. I'll be fine. Well, we're going to be walking around the whole time anyway.
That's the whole problem. I need sleeves.
You bring all the sleeves you need, okay?
Okay, exactly.
You bring all the sleeves you need. I'm not trying to stop you from bringing sleeves.
See? Casey understands that depends on snow and the wind. Yeah, exactly.
If it was snow, I wouldn't be going.
It might just snow, okay?
No, I've already been looking.
I said it might.
It won't.
Okay,
fine. I'm not going there in the snow. What are you going to do? What, are you going to walk around and protest in the snow?
I want to build a snowman.
Do you want to build a snowman?
It's the same one that slurred.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know. What is the actual temperature right now?
No idea.
Oh, okay. I have no idea either. It's hot in my house. I know that. I did see it might rain, though.
I'm already getting cold.
Yeah, it might rain while we're there, though. That is true. So, I did see that.
Like, guys, I'm from Colorado, right? And I'm also from Texas. I understand the extreme weathers. I've lived in North Dakota. I know the differences in extreme weathers. I just don't enjoy it on either side of the spectrum at all, whatsoever, point blank period. I want I want 75 all year round. It's not going to happen.
Ari doesn't want to leave her house. That's what she's saying. She doesn't want to leave the couch under a blanket.
Control? Yeah. Temperature control.
I've lived in multiple places where it snowed. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. Like it's fine. Like I think snow's a nice place to go to. You know? It's a nice place to you just go to the snow. You know?
Yeah, but and also just so people realize, I think a lot of people forget that there are certain factors that you need in order to tan. Like I go outside. We go outside places. We hang out in the sun. We were fucking sitting in the sun for a good while this morning. And it's like, I just don't have that necessary component in order to tan.
Yeah, she absolutely doesn't.
I don't. I burn. I fucking lobster.
You're literally clear. It doesn't surprise anyone.
Yeah, I don't have that necessary component, even though somebody likes to call in and tell me sometimes that you can buy vitamins made with melanin. I think he's
you could get the Donald Trump look.
No, I don't want to be orange.
Yeah, you could just spray paint some orange shit on you.
Ew.
You can do your hair in a little merkin.
Ew. I like that one. Mermaids don't belong in the sun. Thank you.
They literally do. They're literally in the ocean. That's where the sun is.
No. They're deep in the ocean where the sun doesn't reach. I have no idea.
I've watched all the movies. They're always coming up.
Yeah, those are sirens.
Mermaids are sirens.
Not all sirens are mermaids.
I didn't say that. Did I say that? Did I say that?
You totally did.
I did not say that.
Yeah.
I did not say that in the slightest.
Okay.
I said mermaids are sirens. Yeah, exactly, Cat Mom. They sing on rocks and shit. They jump on people's boats and stuff. You know? Yeah, they should. You know, when you're just under the water, it actually the light actually reflects off. It actually makes it easier to burn. Funny enough.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm good. I don't need to get any sun.
All right, so again, if you guys still support Trump, you can call in on the number that is listed on the screen. We've been on for a little bit. Nobody's decided to call in, and I get it. You guys are scared. It's hard for you guys.
I was gonna
There's
say
not
that
much
account.
to. There's
that-
not much for you guys to talk about, and you guys are just frustrated because you guys are all realizing that you got duped, and there's nothing to support Trump on anymore. I totally understand that. Okay, I totally get it. But if for the last 4 of you that still support Trump and somehow have some like idea that and think that you guys should be still supporting him, you guys can call in on the number that's either below me or above me, depending on which one you're looking at. Scott said, "I'm so anti-Trump. I asked dentist office if any Trumpers, and if any, I was out the door and stayed for filling. By the way, I wear shorts every day. Thanks, Scott.
Jesus, Scott. More power to you being in Canada. Can't do it. Can't do it.
You know how the Canadians are. They be wearing shorts year round. They don't believe in cold. I don't believe in cold. Who's this person? Yeah. See that the phone didn't ring.
No, it did. I saw it.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How old are you?
18.
All right. What year were you born? Quick.
What?
What year were you born? Quick.
Like 2005.
Like 2005. That's not even good math, kid. Hello. How are you?
I'm gonna kill myself. Ah!
Call 911.
Yeah. Do your thing, man.
And that was a Canadian. Scott, go get your people. They're being weird.
That wasn't even a dude, guys, do better math. Holy shit. Like, it's not like again, if you guys try to call in and you're not old enough, like, it doesn't really bother me that you're not old enough. I'm not like, oh, that's like a horrible thing. What bothers me is the state of America where you can't figure out a number that quickly, right? And I don't know, like something. So stupid. Patrick, also, thank you so much for the hand hearts. I really appreciate that. Is it going to echo if I try to bring...
For them, it's only going to echo on their end. No one else is going to hear the echo except
Alright.
the guest.
That sounds like their problem. Oh, they left in here.
Nico's still in the chat.
Who the heck is Nico?
The last one. Prepare for slurs. I don't know. Just get a fuzzy feeling.
Bring him up. What's this person's here? Hello, how are you?
Hey, so hey, how are you guys doing?
I can't
All
tell
right,
where it's coming.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
20.
You're 2020. So you're 2000.
That was his boyfriend telling him 20. He needed to tell him that because they wanted to come prepped with an age.
Oh.
Yeah. So his boyfriend was telling him, say 20, and then he was repeating 20.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
You forgot how old you were?
Me?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm 2000. I was born in 2006.
No one asked you that question.
Ma'am, I'm 20 years
Ma'am, I was born in 2000. Nobody asked you.
I could just tell the conversation that happened, right? The conversation was, I said, I can't believe you don't do math. You can't do math that well. And then him and his friend had to sit there and figure out what age they could say. That way they could figure out what year they needed. Is it the same person? No, it's not. Hello, how are you?
Doing all right.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 28.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I support one thing that he's doing,
What's that?
taking down the Islamic regime.
Taking down which Islamic regime?
The Ayatollah and
Yeah,
That
Ayatollah's still in
regime.
power.
I'm glad that there's at least something being done in the Middle East against the Islamic State.
The Islamic State is still in power. They have not ceded power, and they say they don't plan to.
I know, but hitting their weapons capabilities and stuff like that is a fantastic idea.
Why?
Because you're attacking infrastructure of basically a hyper religious terrorist ideology, one that could lead to destruction and harm for many people.
So you're making the assumption saying that maybe in the future something bad could have happened because you don't like their religion, and because of that, you think that we should spend billions of dollars and American lives troops in order to attack a country that was not a threat to us. Did I get all that?
It's because of their I
Yeah?
can say
Okay.
that, and I'm
$1 billion,
that
billions of dollars a day. The lives of at least, what are we at? 11 American troops?
13.
13? We at 13?
Yep, 6 plus
I
7.
Oh,
think-
6. Yeah. The lives of them for a country that was not trying to attack us, which we haven't overthrown, right? Because the Ayatollah Khomeini, his son is now in power. They're still under repression. They're still going to be funding terrorist groups. They're still doing all of that stuff. So what exactly have we done, though?
taking out weapons,
We took out weapons.
capabilities, nuclear capabilities for the moment.
They already didn't have nuclear capabilities, and then they weren't using those weapons against us. Why does it matter?
Okay, because of their beliefs and what they have the potential to do and what they have shown. They're
Wouldn't they be able to use that same argument against us?
Here's the difference, though. They have not, whenever they had the capabilities to use force in their favor, they have done so.
Couldn't they use that exact same argument against us?
What are we enforcing? We don't have a traditional force that we're trying to enforce on them. We're just asking them to take away their weapons.
No, we
bigger
actually
company-
100% have
country.
funded terrorist groups in the area. We funded Israel to go in and go out there and kill their people, to take them out, to do all of those stuff. We have literally funded the destruction of people in their country when they've funded terrorist groups in their region too. But there's nothing that you've said that we don't also do, but a lot more.
We sell the weapons to these countries that then get resold to terrorist organizations. We literally they
Oh
kill
no!
us.
In a lot of cases, we just straight up funded the terrorist organization. We just sold
That's
weapons
it.
straight to them. Like we didn't even
Yeah.
bother with the middleman.
We get killed with our own weapons.
Yeah, I think stuff like that needs to stop too.
Donald Trump's currently doing it.
Well, it needs to stop. I'm just saying the attack that we're currently doing is a good thing.
Sir, there's no way for you to say
Threaten
any of
those.
that. All you're saying is, hey, the weapons they weren't using against us are destroyed. Cool. They weren't using them against us. They weren't using them against anybody, right? They were just sitting there dormant. And now we've destroyed them, which means that the end goal is that they don't use them, which they weren't doing anyway. Cool. That does nothing.
Yes,
And hold on, sir. Listen. Thank you. The weapons that they weren't using are now destroyed. Awesome. That means nothing. And their nuclear capabilities, which we got told that they didn't have multiple times by the Trump administration, now don't exist when they didn't exist before. So what you're saying essentially is that Donald Trump did absolutely fucking nothing but waste billions of dollars.
Well, we know the potential risk of them even having these weapons. That's why Obama did that agreement.
The agreement was that for nuclear
the
weapons,
nuclear
and Donald
deal.
Trump said in June that the entire state of their nuclear weapons program was completely obliterated.
Yes.
So if their entire nuclear program was completely obliterated and decades away from them making a nuclear weapon in June, then why should we be attacking now?
Because they were actively trying to rebuild their nuclear facilities.
They weren't, because Tulsi Gabbard said last year that they were not trying to actively build their nuclear facilities, nor were they trying to seek a nuclear weapon. And then Donald Trump said that in June that they are decades away thanks to strikes that we did. How can we go from decades away in June to imminent threat in February?
Well, maybe not an imminent threat, but it was still they're rebuilding. There's pictures online of them, not just online, but on social medias where they're taking these sites that were destroyed, rebuilding destroyed factories and putting dirt on top of certain facilities.
Yeah, did you not expect them to rebuild the stuff we bombed?
Yeah,
That doesn't make them a threat. That doesn't make it a threat, sir.
yeah, it might not make it a threat, but they're rebuilding something that we were considering that could have hold nuclear weapons.
Sir, if they were
actively,
if they're rebuilding something that takes decades for them to rebuild, according to Donald Trump, then why are we attacking them right now? Because if they were decades away 6 months ago, then there's nothing that we could possibly do in this attack that's going to make them more than decades away. We could literally wipe Iran off the face of the planet damn near, and they would still be decades away from a nuclear weapon. Every country on this planet is technically decades away from getting a nuclear weapon.
every country?
Every country. Every country on this planet, if they started now, within decades, would have a nuclear weapon.
Well, not every country did after the. That doesn't make sense to me because we had nuclear weapons in the past and we had over a decade, and yet the whole world doesn't have nuclear weapons.
Pakistan has nukes. We're not doing anything about them. They are majority Muslim.
But he
Just so
said
you
the
know, which
whole-
is
every
part of the
country-
Islam religion. I hope you realize. Do you know who the head of IAEA is?
Who?
Do you know what the IAEA is?
I don't know.
They're
I'm
the
okay
they're the
saying that.
independent international agency that was had remote detectors within Iran's nuclear facilities that was measuring their level of uranium enrichment. Right? So the head of the IAEA has said multiple times, so just 12 days ago, in fact, there is no evidence of Iran building a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, because the facilities were destroyed.
Oh, so then
And
they
I
weren't
would
a threat
agree,
at
there's
all.
no-
Got it.
So a second
Yeah,
ago, you
I-
just said that they were literally rebuilding all of their facilities to make
Yes,
a nuclear
they're
weapon,
still
and now you're saying they're
rebuilding
completely
facilities.
destroyed.
I didn't disagree. I said they were rebuilding facilities, which they are. That doesn't mean they're building a nuke in those facilities right now. It
So
means
they
they're
could have been
rebuilding
rebuilding
the
those
facility.
facilities for non-weapons use?
It could be, but why hasn't it been spoken? They're deliberately. You just had a
Hold
country
on. What was
attack
that
you,
sentence?
and
Is
you're-
that English? I didn't understand a word you just said.
Okay. So you said they could be building something else, and I would say yes, they could be building something else, but they have not come forth and said anything. They just had a country destroyed their facilities that they believed had nuclear weapons. Why haven't they said these are not the nuclear facilities? And why are they building those facilities? It
Because
seems
they
like-
weren't nuclear weapons facilities prior to us bombing them. So why would they need to say anything?
They've always been allowed to have non-nuclear capacity uranium, sir.
Yeah. The director of national security last year in March said the Ayatollah is not attempting to build a nuclear weapon. They have nuclear facilities. They have enriched to a certain level. They are not trying to build a nuclear weapon. The U.S. one, the U.S. Director of National Security, appointed by Donald Trump.
I just think that's ignorance, though.
Hold on.
You-
The Director of National Intelligence, okay, in charge of the largest intelligence apparatus on the planet, you think is ignorant on this, but you know what's going on.
No, not him particularly. I'm talking
Her.
about
Woman.
government leaders not thinking ahead of time, thinking, okay,
She's a part of the
had
cabinet.
a country. I just had people destroy this facility. They believe that there's nuclear weapons there. I might need to go on air, maybe in the press, and tell them exactly what this facility produced.
No one believed
Not
that
just
there was
go
nuclear
ahead and
weapons there.
build.
Nobody
It doesn't matter.
Nobody thought there was nuclear weapons there. No one made a singular claim that there was nuclear weapons in any of those facilities.
You can describe what's in the building.
Sir, I'm sorry. I'm gonna ask a side question real quick. Has there ever been a country throughout history that's ever used a nuclear weapon on another country?
I think the U.S.
Oh, why are we allowed to have anything that's nuclear capacity then? Because we're the only country throughout the entire history of the entire world to ever use a nuke on another country. In fact, we didn't just use it once, we used it twice.
Because the U.S. we have built up a monopoly in global control. If we can't ship the amount of power,
that's
I
gibberish.
mean, the whole world in economics would change entirely.
So what your excuse is that the only country to ever use nuclear weapons in an aggressive manner gets to do so because we're bigger than you?
Well, yes, in a certain extent, yes.
So you're just saying the United States is just a giant bully.
Because we have the more power and the more resources that's needed that shapes all these countries. Like, we're the number one in political, like, weight. Like, we're one of the leading countries that have the most military power and financial power that can affect the economy economically.
Gotcha. So you just think because we're bigger that we should go around bullying every other country and tell them what the fuck they're gonna do, like a petulant little fucking child, right? And anything we don't like their religion or anything like that, we should just be able to go in and just do whatever we want with them.
No, we have
yes,
rules
that's exactly
and
what you're doing.
regulations
No, you mean rules and regulations like Congress has to be the one that declares war?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
and the only
like
way
don't
that
bomb
the,
schools.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
under
Yeah.
the Constitution and the rules, Trump's got 60 days until Congress has
No,
to.
actually, that's
vote.
not true. Have you ever? Sorry, you've already agreed. I just want to be clear. I don't want to. And Polly can back me up, but I'm pretty sure I heard you agree, caller, that Iran had no imminent threat presented, right? Because their nuclear facilities were gone, right?
Yeah. But it's
Yeah,
not just
there was no
nuclear. You
imminent
got-
threat presented by Iran. So that means that Donald Trump directly violated the War Powers Act. And then also that means he violated Article 1, Section 8 of the United States Constitution and overstepped his Article 2 authority. So meaning he violated two parts of the United States Constitution, and you still support somebody that actively uses the Constitution as like it's toilet paper to shit on?
Well, there was terrorist threats too.
Sir, there was no imminent threat. You've agreed to that, which means he directly violated the War Powers Act
It said
by
there
not
was no
receiving.
imminent nuclear.
Correct. The only no, sir. You said that there was no imminent threat.
Nuclear.
Yeah, and
Well,
right.
right
So
now
there
I
was
can
no
clarify
imminent
for
threat,
nuclear.
sir. Yeah, no. So see, now that's called moving the goalposts. That's what you just did, because that's not what you said earlier. You just agreed with us that there was no imminent threat presented by Iran, meaning that he actively violated the War Powers Act because without congressional approval, there has to have been a direct, clear, imminent threat presented by another country for us to therefore attack them first, circumventing, right, for the president to circumvent Congress, the congressional powers
threats.
that. Sir, there was no imminent threat. They do not pass the Catherine test. There's literally already a thing out there that we are supposed to measure it against, that it has to pass for it to be considered imminent. We have failed that. There was no imminent threat presented by Iran. You've already agreed to that.
You can say that. You can say that with nuclear. But Trump,
With anything,
he's the
sir.
president, and if you read it,
What was
it
the
does
imminent-
allow
okay,
the
fine.
president to make that decision
No, it
and
doesn't.
distinction for up
No,
to
it doesn't. No,
Yes,
it does not. You have
For
to get
60
congressional.
days.
No, sir. You
And
have to get
within
congressional
48
authority,
hours,
sir.
he has to let Congress know.
No, he has to let them know. He has to get congressional authority to go in and attack another country, specifically one that wasn't even listed in the original the expansion of the Wars Powers Act back in 2003 when we first attacked like Iraq and then subsequently went into Afghanistan and then subsequently bombed other Middle Eastern countries. Iran was excluded from all of those acts. It was not included, which is why we've never struck them previously, even though they killed service members before, right? Like, or their terrorist groups did, right? But there was no imminent threat presented by Iran. You've already agreed to that. It does not meet the sufficient parts outlined within the Wars Powers Act. In order for the president to circumvent his constitutional duty of informing and receiving authority granted to him from Congress, there has to be an imminent threat. Otherwise, he always has to go to Congress first, sir. Point blank, period. It's not, you don't get to tell them afterwards. You always have to go to Congress first if there is not an imminent threat in existence.
But you can define that threat in many ways.
No, then what was the imminent threat that they? What was the imminent threat?
But he can.
What was the imminent threat that they presented?
He could simply say global trade. They do have
global trade. Global trade is not an imminent threat.
Well, he could say that they were affecting global trade.
Global trade is not an imminent threat, sir.
You can rely on the belief of the officer or commander to make that distinction. Now, they do have to have congressional approval.
Hold on. What are you talking? It's not a military commander's job to make that distinction. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
And again, it doesn't.
What the fuck are you talking about, sir?
It doesn't pass the muster of the Catherine test. I've already explained that to you. It doesn't pass that muster, which clearly defines what imminent threat means.
Do you understand why it's important that this shit goes through Congress? I don't think many people like understand why it is so important that this goes through fucking Congress, right? Like that, like people are just like, oh, well, you know, Obama did this, War Powers Act, all sorts of stuff. The reason why it's so important that it goes through Congress is that way when we do military action, there is a game plan. Okay, that there is approval from our representatives and that there is a game plan. The executive has to explain why they're going to war and what they're going to war for. And right now, the Trump administration can't do any of that. Like, they're consistently asked, what are their objectives in this war? They have no answer, right? Or their answer just becomes, right, whatever they've already done, right? Like, after they're like, we took out the Navy, and then like 2 days later, they're like, our objective was to take out the Navy, which means that there's no end game, right? There is no end game in this war because we don't have a reason why we went there, right? Because it can't be to take out the imminent threat because there was no imminent threat, right? So that's why it is so
let's
important.
Give the president and the power and authority right now, and why are we sitting and waiting for Congress to make their decision in the next 30 days?
Shh. I was talking. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and finish what I was saying now. What I was saying, sir, is this is how we get into forever wars. Right? This is how we get into these long-lasting wars that just waste lives, waste money, waste all of these things, is by not having clear objectives, all right, to why we're in a place, right? And right now, through so many questions by the media, which I will give journalism at least some, like some type of, I don't know, props, I guess you would say, because they're actually asking questions that people like actually want to know. Like, I don't know if you heard that one reporter that was just like, why didn't you plan for any of this with the Strait of Hormuz? And Pete Hegseth was like, we did plan for it. And then did like 20 minutes of a word salad that meant absolutely fucking nothing. And if you haven't seen that video, it's fucking hilarious, right? But regardless of any of that, That's why you need to get congressional approval, because the Trump administration, you can make the freaking claim whatever that the Ayatollah is bad. I have no complaint on that. The Ayatollah was bad. Did they do horrible things?
Right.
Absolutely. Right? And am I wasting any tears with the Ayatollah being dead? Absolutely fucking not. That does not mean that we can just abandon all rules, the Constitution, the War Powers Act, any type of sensibility, any type of objectives, any type of end game to get to that point, right? And this is why it is so important. It's not just the fact that we're going to war, it's that this administration has absolutely no ability to actually pull this off successfully. Zero. And we don't even know what success looks like. We can't even say whether it's successful because we don't know what success looks like, right? One day it's a regime change war, the next day it's not a regime change war. One day it's about trade, the next day it's not. One day it's about nuclear weapons, the next day it's not. One day it's about they're just making up shit. All right, every single fucking day on why we're going to this war and then changing it when it doesn't fit the narrative that day. Pete Hegseth's saying one thing, Marco Rubio's saying another thing, JD Vance is saying another thing, Donald Trump is saying another thing. They're all saying different things. JD Vance just said it was for the oil. Just 3 days ago, JD Vance said the reason why we're in this thing is because of the oil. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on here. Okay? This is why it needs to go through Congress, so the legislative branch can be a check on the executive. That is their job, according to the Constitution.
I agree in this one instance. Yes, we don't know what their objectives are. I agree on that. It's pissing me off just as much as anybody else. I'm listening every single day, mad because gas prices are going up because of this shit.
And Donald Trump is celebrating the fact that gas prices are going up. He put it out on his True Social that everybody knows that when the gas prices go up, the United States makes money. We make a lot of money when the gas prices go up.
And literally you're saying, with all of that I just said, you're saying you come up here and you still support Donald Trump based off of this war, okay? If Donald Trump had the ability to do this war correctly and for whatever reason that was actually freaking, needed for the United States, whatever, that's fine. But this doesn't have anything to do with the United States. Nothing. This is completely a manipulation by freaking Bibi Netanyahu in order to because he's been trying to talk the U.S. into going in and attacking Iran for 40 fucking years, all right? 30 years, right? Whatever. He's been literally going in there trying to convince every U.S. president to do this exact same thing, but every other single president told him to kick rocks because every other president realized all the negatives that were going to come from doing this type of thing, except for Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the only one, okay, that was stupid enough to fall for this bullshit. The only one. Okay, he fell for it in June when he attacked the nuclear sites, and he's falling for it again. And really, let's just be even more clear than that. I'm pretty sure the only reason that he's doing any of this is because now people just aren't talking. Now people just aren't talking about the Epstein files as much, and I'm pretty sure that's about the whole thing.
I don't think it's about the Epsteins. I think people will give that more credit than what it's due. There was many other things that could have avoided
I haven't
war
checked it,
than
but
just some files.
I haven't checked this one out, but apparently there was an email that Epstein sent that if Donald Trump started getting called out from the Epstein files, he would start a war on Iran. This was circa before 2019, before Epstein was arrested.
Also, I'm pretty sure I just read that reporting on the Epstein files is down 70% since the war started. It's a distraction. That's all it is. It's a giant fucking distraction. It's Donald Trump trying to protect the largest freaking child sex trafficking ring in the history of the fucking world. All right, and freaking starting a war in order to cover it up.
I don't know if that's actually true or not, and if it is, then I would be
what president
what
what civilian at the time said in 2011 or 2012 about as soon as Obama's polling numbers started dropping, we were going to go to war with Iran? I
do remember some guy saying something similar to that. He said something about Obama not having the negotiating skills in order to deal with Iran diplomatically, and that if Obama's poll numbers, ever started to slump, that he would start a war in order to try to boost his poll numbers back up. Do you know who that was, sir?
Oh, I'm not gonna.
Oh, I
would
remember.
like to
It
get
was Donald
information.
Trump. That's right. Donald Trump said that about
Ooh.
Obama, right, in what, 2015 or
No,
2016?
2011.
Was it 2011?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. In 2011, he said that that if Obama's poll numbers started dropping, he would start a war with Iran in order to try to bring them up, and that if he couldn't freaking negotiate with Iran and had to attack them militarily, that he was a super weak president.
And it's so funny because Donald Trump is polling at even 36% with Fox News.
Yeah, it's not popular. I mean, the war is not popular, but I'm okay with limiting the weapons capacity of a regime like that.
And
That
also
is my
okay
take.
with killing 158 schoolgirls.
No, I'd condemn that. I think we should be open. We should be open in what we did wrong and what we did right, and we should rectify and do what we can, not just going with the political narrative. We need to really get down when we're talking about people's lives and talk about these issues.
Okay, so I just want to be clear that I understand that you may not like Islam or the Muslim religion, fine, but nothing that we did still justifies how we did it, right? Like the Ayatollah was 86 years old. He was already preparing to step down and let someone else take over.
Out of
And
life.
yeah, like, and he was gonna probably die soon, right? Like, I
And
think
had cancer, didn't he?
that one I'm not sure of.
Oh.
I'm not gonna speak on that one. I have no idea on that one. So like, he was gonna die. It was going to be passed on to somebody else. It wasn't even supposed to be his son, who is the new Ayatollah, right? His son, who we just killed his father, his wife, and his kids. Right? He made a post on their state regime media, literally saying that they were going to avenge their martyrs, being his father, his wife, and his kids. Like, we killed this man's whole fucking family. And just to be clear, Ayatollah Khamenei did not even want his son to be the next Ayatollah because they didn't want it to be a monarchy. And now he was chosen as the next one, I guess, purposely. He might have even volunteered, who the fuck knows, to be like, I'm not putting up with him. We literally just made someone, like, we made it so that Iran could be even further mad at us because we killed a ton of people. And like, I think that whole village of Manab, where we bombed that school, is everybody that is there that's left is probably going to grow up hating us.
Yep, and that's how you create terrorism. That's how 9/11 happened. Because we freaking bombed all the wrong people in the freaking 80s and 90s, and then
I mean, 9 out of the 14 were from Saudi Arabia.
yeah. So anyway, sir, I think this conversation has met its end, but I hope you have a good one. Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye. All right, y'all. Tips in the chat for the conversation. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you guys support the live, please do me a favor. If you guys are on the TikTok side, let's get this thing up to 100,000 likes. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys all for coming back after we had a little bit of a hiccup. So I really appreciate you guys. And if you guys are on the YouTube, please hit that like button. Say something in the chat. Go hang out for a little bit, regardless of which one you're in. If you'd like to support the live, I do have the hand hearts over on TikTok, trying to clear that little live gift goal over there. Got like 7 more of those, and thank you guys so much, Kari and Julia for sending those out. So I really appreciate that. Also, if you'd like to support the live, we do have super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio. You can send to @polypolitics or Mermaid RE0. And we got all the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal's, all that fun stuff over there too. Mars, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said you can help this guy to put the pieces together to help him think for himself. He's beyond saving. He's fused with the program. No, I don't. It just sounds like he's just filled with a lot of propaganda, and I do think that I don't know. Maybe he was. I don't know.
Honestly, he seemed like he's just not well informed, which is a lot of people, and like I'm not gonna hate on that. I think he actually called wanting some information.
Yeah, he didn't call up and scream and yell the N-word at me. So I mean, like, really, what do you want from me? Like, like really, what do you want from me at that point, man? Like that's all I can ask for. Hello, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hi, how old are you?
41.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
West Virginia.
Do you still support Trump?
All right, well, I did vote for him. I vote independent. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm not very happy with what's going on, and then I watch you guys, but also is it not that we're like doing work for Israel when we should be worrying about things at home right now? And then that plays into
That's
Trump,
the guy
right?
you voted for.
You know,
what are you talking about?
well, yeah, I mean, okay, I did. Like, yeah. But also, I didn't know he was going to sell us down the road like this
Why not?
either, right? So,
Why did you not think he wouldn't sell us down the road? He was literally meeting with Netanyahu, discussing freaking plans before the election.
Netanyahu went to Donald Trump's wedding with Melania.
He literally went to
He
Mar-a-Lago.
took a buyout in the 90s from them, too, yeah.
He went to Mar-a-Lago literally in like October for them to pretty much start discussing these plans before the election. In huge violation of multiple things, because he's not allowed to do that.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. Okay, like that's on me. I'm being dumb for like, yeah, I was, but also I'm like the media selling us like the wrong shit, right? Like, so we're like being told one thing and then told to believe a certain thing, but in reality, everything has been premeditated to an extent, right? So nothing that we see is really, I don't know. I'm being a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
agree.
wrong.
You are being a conspiracy theorist. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Your vote matters. What I usually hear whenever I hear people talk like that, like truthfully, all it sounds like to me is that people are trying to let loose of some type of, of fault for what's going on in the United States. This wasn't pre-planned. This wasn't some like giant conspiracy theory. You voted for a guy who put us here, and now we're here. Okay, you and a bunch of people listened to the things that Donald Trump said and what Fox News said and what these freaking crazy right wingers said, and you listened to it and you believed it, and we all sat there, like me included. I sat here, I was right here on social media, right, telling you guys, hey, this is a lie. He can't do this. This is a lie. He's not going to do this. This is a lie. This is the way things are going to go. And now all of those things are happening, plus worse, right? Like we were all here saying it. This wasn't pre-planned. This was easily predictable, right? And y'all still put him in power, right? Like I'm not trying to beat a dead horse over here. I'm really not trying to. I'm just saying, like,
can I ask a question? What do you think would have been different if Harris would have been?
We wouldn't be at fucking war with Iran. I tell you that fucking much.
We wouldn't have bombed their nuclear sites because that wasn't a thing. Like,
yep. We'd probably be in actually a diplomatic nuclear deal like we were under Obama. That would be my guess.
Yeah, but
and that's just
Obama
one of the many
wasn't
things.
Cool. Now we know Obama wasn't. I voted for Obama, and now we know
Obama
he
had
wasn't
100%
what
of the
we
vote.
thought
I
he
swear.
was.
What do you mean? What he thought he was?
Obama's the richest president to ever have had office. Obama.
That's a literal
sold
lie.
America as well. Like,
that's literally a lie.
No, it's not.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Trump is made billions and billions of dollars.
That was buddies with the Bushes, and it was an oil. You can Google that shit. Like,
bro, you need to put down the conspiracy. Sir, no, you need to put down the conspiracy theory Kool-Aid. Okay. This is fucking hilarious, dude.
Up,
no, sir, I'm very awake. Okay,
everybody needs to wake up.
No, I love this.
I just want to for us.
While you're while you're just like crashing out a little bit. So I just quick search. Who was the richest president in history? Number 1, Donald Trump should come as no surprise to anybody. Estimated net worth $2 to $3 billion. Number two,
Yeah, but
George. I'm still talking. Shush, please. Thank you. George Washington, inflation adjusted for 250 years, 500 to $600 million. Thomas Jefferson was the next one because of his inheritance, and then John F. Kennedy was the next one. Obama doesn't even make the top 4.
But you understand why, like, going into Iran, that there is not a Rothschild banking system in that country, the same as with Afghanistan, the same with
this dude's about to start
Venezuela,
talking about
the
lizard
same with-
people and the Illuminati in like 2 seconds, and I don't know if I have the brain cells to fucking deal with whatever you're freaking like whatever this dude is doing.
Please just tell me you acknowledge that you were wrong about Obama.
At the time, okay, I'm wrong about him,
Thank
but
you.
at the time,
For fuck's sake, at least he's got some kind of critical thinking
he's
process.
still like one of the wealthiest.
Because he wrote books.
I said the wealthiest.
Because he wrote
sorry,
books.
I misspoke.
He wrote books.
I said the.
He wrote books. He got book deals, sir. That's what happened. Obama
I
got
wasn't
book
finished.
deals.
You guys shut.
I don't care. Obama got book deals. He was paid bucos of money, just like every other president that has ever written a book after they were out of the presidency has gotten book deals.
No, you
Whoa.
guys are not. You're,
Even Donald Trump got a book deal from his first term, where of course he had a ghostwriter, but
Donald Trump can't write a book.
that's why I said he had a ghostwriter. Somebody else wrote.
Was it like a picture book?
He would have preferred it that way.
yeah, he had a fake fucking university, a fake airline, fake state,
And you voted for him,
and all this shit.
man. And you voted for him.
Well, actually, I voted for RFK Jr., which ultimately led to being with Donald Trump. But
You
Wow,
voted
I didn't
for-
think you could say something that made you sound stupider. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to be clear. Like, sorry, you voted for
I
somebody that.
appreciate
No,
the
hold on,
insult.
hold
Thank
on.
you.
No. I mean,
now,
you
I
kind
do
of
too.
now that means I can insult, right?
Shushies.
Like,
Okay, so I just want to be clear. You voted for RFK Jr. that is now endorsed a pesticide that is known to cause cancer to be utilized again throughout our farming industry. A pesticide whose company he sued while he was an environmental attorney and won a huge settlement because of the cancerous effects that it has, that has also allowed us to now utilize a different known cancer causing chemical for plants and industries outside of that. Got it. So now, because you liked RFK so much, we now have 2 cancer causing chemicals back in the United States. Okay, got it.
in reality, isn't everything like cancer causing and autistic
Jesus
causing and
fucking
all
Christ.
this stuff like
Autism, sir, has been around since the dawn of fucking time. The difference is we used to just institutionalize them and call them fucking crazy.
His
wasn't around
excuse
when
for
I was a
why
child.
his excuse for supporting RFK, giving us more cancer chemicals doesn't just everything cause cancer.
Well,
That's
I mean,
what
like,
that's
and in
that's what I just heard. That's literally what
Well, no.
just
Can I
happened.
ask like another question? In reality, why are you guys doing this?
can I
because
ask- can I
like
ask a
really,
better question
I'm
first?
calling in to have like I'm like
Sir, I have a
I'm
better
not
question.
being a dickhead, man. I'm not. I'm like genuinely like I'm not trying to hide.
Sir,
how
I really don't need you to
voted
justify
or how
it.
I feel about.
I just really need you to answer a question, okay? And if you blow into my phone, again, I'm just hanging up the phone again. When I shush, it's funny. When you do it, it's annoying, okay?
No, that's
Appreciate it. So what I was going to ask, okay, was what do you feel like? How can you support a guy who literally does saunas and cold plunges in jeans?
I never said I actually, if you remember when I first got on this call, I said I kind of regretted the fact.
No, you didn't.
And
No,
I
we're
never
talking
said
about
I
RFK,
supported.
sir. We're
I
talking about
I
RFK.
was calling in because I thought I was going to be able to have a genuine discussion with people that would have like some knowledge of what's really going on, and then they're putting two sides together.
We tried to have a
divided will not
conversation from
stand.
you.
A country-
We had to try to have a conversation with you, and you started talking about Obama being the richest president and something about the Rothschild Bank in Iran. Okay? You're the one who introduced the crazy into this conversation. Let's not pretend like it was fucking us, okay? You're the one who came in with the tinfoil hat shit. Okay. Yeah, you came up here and said you're kind of regretting your vote. I'm glad you do. Okay. I think we should anybody who voted for Donald Trump should be regretting your vote. Okay. But when you start talking about the Illuminati and lizard people, okay, we stop having a genuine conversation. All right. Like, just being fucking clear. All right. Like, next thing you know, we're going to be talking about how freaking, Marco Rubio is actually an alien from the planet Glip Glorp. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to, get beamed up to his home planet or something.
Beam me up, Scotty.
I mean, that wouldn't be the craziest thing, right? If Marco Rubio was an alien.
No, I think the least craziest thing would be saying that Trump was an alien.
No, too dumb.
I called in to have like a genuine conversation because I think that's how we, as a country divided, cannot stand.
Okay.
So the fact that we have to
1 second, Pookie. Hold on, real quick. One quick question. Do you think that it was a genuine conversation to start off with saying, when you said that Obama was the richest president in our history?
Well,
do you think that was genuine?
I should have said at the time he was the richest.
No, not
president.
even then. Again,
and I did say you're right.
Wrong.
So no, it's probably not. No, it isn't the right move.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's not the right
country
thing to
divided
say. But
thing.
also, it's nothing to put somebody down for and shush them and tell them what a dumbass they are, and then you just. All you got to do is be like, well, hey, you got to have a conversation about it. It's a conversation piece.
Sir,
it's not about putting people down.
Sir, you voted for a guy who called for the public hanging of Democrats, okay? The public hanging of Democrats, who has called freaking them radicals, who has literally freaking tried to justify the shooting of American citizens, okay? I really, truly, and honestly don't have time for the whining about being like, oh, you're going to put me down, all sorts of stuff. Sir, you put this country down when you voted, okay? And I'm trying to have a conversation with you. I am. And if you wanted to have a conversation about actual things that were going on in the United States, actual policies that are happening in the United States that are hurting America, with Donald Trump being in violation of the Constitution, with Donald Trump being in violation of the law, if you wanted to have these Donald Trump freaking committing literal human rights violations against freaking immigrants and freaking bombing schools, if you wanted to have those conversations, sir, I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you.
So
No. But what you decided to do instead of that, okay, is, again, talk about the Rothschilds and freaking Obama being the richest president, okay? That's what you decided to do. You chose for this conversation to go this way. You did. I didn't, okay? So please just save me with the bullshit, okay? Truthfully, just save me with the bullshit. If you want to come back and have an actual conversation at some time, you can, but I'm not sitting here doing tinfoil hat shit today. So have a good one.
Not today, Satan.
I'm just not doing it, okay? I'm just not doing it. Y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. We do this 5 nights a week. So, sometimes 6 lately. We're just
5 to 6.
5 to 6. We've been doing this a lot lately. So we're moving on up to the east.
Ooh, thank you guys for clearing out the gift goal on TikTok.
Yeah, Chrissy, thank you so much for all the hand hearts. I really appreciate that, for clearing that out. That's very, very sweet of you. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Chrissy for clearing that out. Jay Stocks, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. If you guys like support, I do have super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio if you'd like support. So we really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. We're going to run through a few and then we're going to open up the phone lines again. Jay Stocks said, I started the stream late, so I'm a bit behind, but if you want 75 all the time, San Diego's the spot. I appreciate what you do. Thank you. Safe, good trip to my neck of the woods. Fuck Donald Trump.
Is that true?
San Diego does have beautiful, beautiful weather.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like an hour south of where I'm from.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you. Is that true? I don't know.
San Diego has some of the best weather.
Yeah, I know you're from California.
San Diego has some of the best weather.
Why would I not
in the United States? It's pretty great. Thank you so much, Jay. I'm not answering it yet. Why would I do that?
Okay, my bad.
Shush. Thank you so much for the gifted. I really appreciate that. Truth, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Said, Ari, it's time to serve some pookie pie to the callers. Oh, she's already serving. She's serving. She's letting it go. Rob, thank you so much for the $5. Said, as the official ambassador from Glip Glorp, I would like to clarify that Marco Rubio is absolutely not one of our people.
W. Rob, and thank you for the clarification.
No, that sounds
You
like
know what?
That sounds like what the Glip Glorps would say.
He's from Hushishiminem. Yeah, that's where he's from.
Yeah.
He's from Planet Hushishiminem.
I don't know. This feels like a Glip Glorp trap. I'm not sure. Shush, thank you so much for the $5 head. But then which planet is Mick McConnell from? Turtle Planet?
No, that's an insult to turtles.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. He's just non-turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
It's like the only line I know from that movie.
It's the only line anyone knows from that movie. It's the only...
Am I turtle?
Yeah, I like turtles.
Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I like turtles.
Not.
Melvin, thank you so much for yours. And you can't justify what you say when you spew total BS. Absolutely, 100%. And I Love Potatoes says, we started out very intense, love it now. We get stupidity and we're getting it all.
Yep.
That's 100%. Thank you so much. Big W is in chat for everyone supported. And Doreen, thank you so much for the $20 over on the Cash Apps over there.
Doreen.
I really appreciate that. Big W is in the chat for Doreen says, these magas make every excuse for the disgrace number 47. Every single one. Every single one. Thank you so much, Doreen. Again, the Big W's in chat for Doreen and everybody who supported. We really appreciate that. If you'd like to support, again, super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio, live gift goal. We'll get another little gift goal in here in a second. But I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 40.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. Why's that?
It's an opportunity to speak with fake leftists about their actual democratic positions and why they sheep herd for the Democratic Party.
You support Trump because of nothing that has to do with Trump?
Yeah, he's a.
That doesn't make any sense, or you could do that with.
Oh, so you're just a contrarian.
No.
Got it.
Yeah.
I absolutely have.
This already sounds like a waste of my fucking time.
Oh, really? Okay, so why do you support the Democratic Party?
I don't. I'm not a Democrat.
They got the war.
I'm not a Democrat.
Okay, so why do you then support the Kamala Harris or suggest that they are?
I don't support Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris hasn't been politically relevant in 16 months.
Right. So why is the Democratic Party the
I don't know. I'm not a Democrat, so
for...
therefore I don't answer for the Democrats.
Okay. So why don't you advocate for a third party?
I didn't say I didn't. You're making an assumption. You made an assumption that I didn't. Well, you must not listen to me very much.
Well, the last caller.
Sir, you listen to me so much, but sir, you say you listen to me so much. Then why are you making a claim as if you know what I talk about on my live and what I don't?
No, I'm only talking about the last caller. So the last caller made criticism of Barack Obama, and you had no problem actually supporting it.
He said that Obama was the richest president to ever exist. That is a lie, and we just fucking proved that wrong. That's not talking about, sir.
God forbid we fact check lies.
Yeah, that's not support. That's not showing any support for a president. That's just talking, sir. It's going to be a lot harder for us both to talk at the same time, okay? That's not showing support for anything. That is literally just stating a fact. Okay? He was not the richest president. That's all.
Okay. So Barack Obama also drank the water in Flint, Michigan. He lied about the
Sir,
the
I'm
water
not
in
here to
Michigan.
defend Barack Obama. You said, I asked, do you still support Donald Trump? Why do you still support Donald Trump? I'm not interested in talking about Obama. Obama hasn't been president in like 10 fucking years now.
No, the relevance of talking about the Democratic Party.
I'm not a fucking Democrat. Are all your brain cells in your head working, bro? How's your level of comprehension?
Go to a DNC channel, my guy.
Are you a Democrat?
No.
Oh, I'm not a Democrat either.
Never
That's
in my
fucking crazy.
life.
So maybe you need to go talk to some Democrats or some shit, dude.
Well, it sounds like you're Democrats or liberals.
All right. Well, you know
cool. What? Hold on. No, let me entertain this for 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Okay. What makes somebody a Democrat or a liberal in your opinion?
A Democrat or a liberal?
In your opinion.
A liberal mostly advocates for liberal policies. They advocate for sort of bureaucratic solutions to economic economic issues that
Are you
have been
capable of giving
existing.
specifics, or are you just utilizing big words and
Sure.
using umbrella
Kamala Harris,
terms?
Kamala Harris, for instance, her
This
policies
dude has an
would
obsession with Kamala Harris.
Yeah, no. Okay, so let's try this again, dude.
well,
So what
you're asking me for an example, so I'm giving you
yeah. So what specific policy, I guess? Like,
well, Kamala Harris, for instance, would have continued on the Gaza war. She would have continued on the war in Ukraine.
oh well, goddamn, I guess fucking Trump's a damn liberal by your standard, because Trump continued on the Gaza war. We still funded fucking Israel. He's still giving money to Israel in order for them to continue their campaign in Gaza, because the ceasefire is not being upheld, and he's still giving armament and equipment to Ukraine to fight against Russia. So goddamn,
agree.
fucking Trump is a liberal.
And what's even more funny is, you notice how he
my
didn't
point
actually
is
name
that-
a singular policy from Kamala Harris.
Not
he
even
just
anything
gave
from her agenda.
projection of what
Yeah.
he thought she would do.
Not
And also he
projection.
defined liberal, like name of liberal policies as policies that are liberal. I didn't
yeah, that was
I didn't want
odd.
that to go by the wayside. Is that his definition of liberal policies are policies that are liberal, and I just want to
So
make sure that
crazy.
we clarify, because I want to make sure we got that all straight.
Yeah, so Trump is a liberal
you
because
gotta get
he's
it
still
straight.
giving equipment and armament and money to Ukraine. He's still giving
you're
money
admitting
to
that the Democratic Party
Israel.
and-
So he's also a liberal. I'm just like being very clear. Also, what's that? Senator Kennedy, right? He's also very supportive of giving money to Israel, also giving money to Ukraine. So I guess he's also a fucking liberal, even though he's a goddamn Democrat. Lindsey Graham,
there's
same
nothing
thing
different
for
between the
them.
Democratic
They
Party's
also
policies
vote
and
for
the
these
conservative
things.
policies.
Wait, it's almost like every single Republican in Congress continues to vote. Not every single one, but the majority of the Republicans in Congress continue to vote to fund Israel and their campaign in the Gaza Strip, and fund Ukraine and their campaign to fight off Russia. Wow. So I guess they're all liberals.
So no, I'm saying that they're all conservatives. That's actually the opposite. You're confirming exactly what my point
Oh
is.
no,
is that
I'm
the
not
Democratic
though, because so
Party
you
has
said, I
no-
just want to
has
be clear. I'm
absolutely
gonna
no
help you out with
fundamental
this, okay, Pookie? So you said that the liberal policies in your assumption were that Kamala Harris would have continued on allowing Gaza to be bombed, right, by Israel. To be clear, on one of his last days in office, fuck Biden for not doing anything sooner, but he put an executive order in place that halted any sale of any bombs to Israel, right? And then one of the first things that Donald Trump did, and fuck him for this too, as soon as he got in office, was like, let me repeal that executive order. Let's sell more bombs to Israel so they can continue to drop them on fucking Gaza. And then you also said that Kamala Harris would have continued on the war in Ukraine with Russia. So again, these aren't even policies. These aren't even agenda items. You're just talking about what Donald Trump has actively done. So therefore, and also that the Republicans in Congress, the Republicans in Congress voted on to allow to continue to occur. So then therefore, the Republicans who voted for that are all liberals. Donald Trump is also a liberal. Wouldn't it be funny to know that liberal ideology, I don't know if you realize this, but on the political spectrum, liberals are on the right. They're not left.
Are you done?
They're on the right.
Gish galloping? Are you done gish galloping, or may I speak now?
It's not a gish gallop, you dum-dum.
He can't spell Gish Gallop. Do you have any more definitions of what a Democrat is or a liberal outside of they have Democrat and liberal policies?
Or
Just
just
out of
what
curiosity.
makes them a Democrat or a liberal?
May I actually speak, or am I? Or
I mean, I
am
wish
just
you
gonna
wouldn't,
be
honestly.
overspoken by-
I'd personally rather you left, because you're annoying, because all you've done is come up here and claim that that you support Donald Trump because you get to. I said I'd rather you didn't. I said I'd rather you didn't. Why did you ask my opinion?
I didn't ask your opinion.
You did. You said, "Can I speak
asked
now?"
if I
I'm
could
saying,
speak.
and I said I'd rather you didn't.
And I didn't, and I don't care. I'd like.
Then
to
why did
speak.
you?
If it's okay.
Then why did you ask?
It's
100
okay.
men versus consent.
Yeah. Why did you ask then?
Well, I came on to have a conversation.
You came
and
up to have a
expose the fact that-
conversation to talk bad about Democrats. We aren't Democrats, right? You have said
So then
nothing
why
to.
defend it?
You've had nothing about why you support Donald Trump outside of it allows you to talk to Democrats, and we're not Democrats, all right? You made something about not liking liberals, but already questioned you on what a liberal is, and you don't know. So I'm just trying to figure out if you want
I
to
do know
actually
what a
have a
liberal is, but
conversation
I
with me.
haven't had a I
If
haven't
you
had 2
actually
seconds
want
to
to have a
actually speak
conversation
since
with
I've
me,
gotten
yes,
on this
sir.
call.
When you are asked what was a liberal policy, you said policies that are liberal. That was your exact
No,
definition.
I didn't.
And then
So,
gave 2 examples of
yeah.
what Kamala
I
Harris
gave
would
2
have done that would have been a
examples of I gave 2
liberal
examples of
policy.
the
2
previous
things that
administration. I
Donald
gave
Trump
2
was
Yeah.
actively
examples of the
So
previous
doing.
maybe
administration.
let's level set this and go back to the beginning. Sir, why do you support Donald Trump?
Like I said, the opportunity to expose fake leftists
You're a
for
dummy.
actually being
You're just actually stupid. I'm so sorry. You're just actually
may I
dumb.
actually speak?
So you're
Or
a contrarian,
because you
and
guys,
so I want to help you
I'm not
out.
a
You are a
contrarian. I'm not a
contrarian that
contrarian.
doesn't stand for
I'm not a
anything.
contrarian.
No.
Actually,
So here's how you're a contrarian, right? Actually, let me borrow this. Oh,
that
okay.
will actually
Cool. So yeah,
is
no.
it
So the
actual
reason
is it
why you're a
actual
contrarian
thing that
is
you
because
just
you actually don't believe in anything that
you
Donald
just
Trump is
admitted to
doing.
the fact
The only
that
thing that you
Kamala
agree
Harris
with Donald Trump
and
and doing is,
and
quote,
Joe Biden
exposing the
actually have the
Democrats,
same
meaning that you are
personality.
specifically voting against something instead of standing for anything. So therefore, you
No,
are
that's
in fact a
not true.
contrarian. You are up here
Absolutely
to
not true.
just be like, I'm going to expose
Absolutely
the
not true.
opposite party. Watch me. I am so smart. Donald Trump is exposing the opposite party, and it's like the best thing ever.
You're doing
So
great, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know.
may I speak now? I'm trying to have a
As long as,
conversation.
sir,
Literally been
you can
speaking the whole
speak if you were
time.
going
You
to
guys are
say
just
anything
talking
that
over
is
me.
worth talking about.
I think it's incredibly worth talking about the fact that we have a uniparty that actually advocates for the same policies. Yeah,
Okay,
you
cool.
guys
Then
both
why don't you
admitted
go
that
argue
the
that in a
Democratic
in
Party.
a live that says, "Hey, do we have a uniparty? Call in and talk about it." I'm sure there's
Well, I
some
think
live out there.
I think
I'm
if
sure
you
there's
think
some live out there with a big title across the top or in the middle that says, "Do we have a uniparty?" If you believe so, call in. This is not about that. This is about why you support Donald Trump, sir. And you've been on the phone for 10 minutes now and have not given me a single reason why you support Donald Trump outside of the fact that you want to try to expose fake leftists. That's all that you fucking have. And truthfully, and I mean this with no due respect, I do not care to have this conversation. All right. So, last chance. I'll give you one chance to tell me why you support Trump. If that's not what I hear out of your mouth, then I'll just hang up the phone. Okay.
You need to have 2 people have a conversation because you're a bitch.
Yeah,
That's
there's
why.
2 on here.
Sir, we
Yep.
do this, like, just be clear, like, you have to have 2 people. We do this
Are we not 2
3 days a
people?
week on our own. Like,
are we,
what the fuck?
Are we not 2 people?
Oh, wait.
What
we're
am I,
not?
chopped liver? She's right here.
I'm definitely
We're in the same room and
disconnected.
everything. See, we're right there. We can have 2 people. It's not difficult.
You knew that before you called the number. Like, that's the worst thing. Like, you knew that before you called the number. Also, like, again, we do this on our own. Like, he says he watches us. He should know.
I don't want to do. We don't have to explain anything to that moron. Anyways, Dory and Chrissy, thank you so much for the corgis. Thank you so much. We're gonna cut out that gift. I really, really appreciate it. Big dude set for Chrissy. If you guys like to call in, you still support Donald Trump, you can call in. But please, like, support Donald Trump. Don't be arguing the uniparty or whatever he was talking about. And also,
it's ridiculous.
maybe know what a Democrat is if you're going to say that your whole thing is against that. If you like support, we do super chats, super stickers, all that fun stuff. Above Infinity, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says his new cereal is called Earios, cereals that look like ears. Pours milk all over him in a bowl and don't hear shit. I don't know what that
Is that where Marco Rubio is from? He's from the planet of Earios.
No, he's from Good Glorp. That's what they eat. That's what they eat on Good Glorp is Earios.
So they're on Mouthitis. They're from Mouthitis.
Yeah. Robs, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I love when their brains break when you tell them you don't support the Democratic Party. They don't understand that most Americans don't put party over country. Yeah, it's confusing to them.
So hard.
It's
so difficult.
It's because that's all they do. They don't understand how to do that. So, yeah, they get very, very confused. But thank you so much, Rob. And thank you, everybody who supported. I really, really appreciate that. And Tor, I saw that with the corgi over there, too. I really appreciate that. All right, we're going to open up the phone lines. I see them ringing. I don't like that there's like 3 people calling and they're all green. It's freaking me out,
I don't know
man.
what that means.
It's freaking me out. Hello, how are you?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing
Great.
good. How old are you?
All right, I'm watching you guys. Just want to first of all before anything, I want to let you guys know that I watch you guys, I respect you guys, and I love what you guys do.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So the thing is, I don't want to deviate from the question, but I think the biggest issue that we're facing right now is we're still divided, right?
No, I disagree. Do you
I
support
think
Trump?
regardless of party or anything, we should like
Sir,
love on each other, right?
I'm not having this "we're divided, love on each other" kumbaya conversation, man. I really like
It's
really.
not a
I don't think you're a
kumbaya,
bad.
okay?
I don't think you're a bad person. I don't have any hate towards it, but I'm not in the mood for this conversation at all. Okay, that's kind of half the conversation the last guy tried to have. I'm here to have a conversation and actually, how about politics, not this little let's all get along thing. Okay, there's so many places where you can go hang out and just get along. Okay. Hello, how are you?
Doing good, sir.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 25.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do, but I do have one quick question, if that's okay and appropriate.
No, sir. I am not single.
No, I was just gonna ask that. Are you and Ari a thing, or?
Her? Ew.
Huh?
Gross.
Nah.
Okay, that's all I wanted to ask. I do support Trump, but I don't want to have a debate or anything. I'll have a good day.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Gross. Ew. Cuties. I hope we're joking. Like that was like, yeah. I just thought that was funny. Okay,
Oh no,
sorry.
I feel so bad. It's so horrible.
Not you. I was talking to them.
I know.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, man.
Awesome. How old are you?
35.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah.
Awesome. Why is that?
I've always voted Democrat. I voted for Obama when I was 18. I pretty much stayed that way all the way up till, I want to say like past like COVID, maybe till like 2022 or something like that. And I would still consider myself an independent over everything, but I just feel like even though he does seem like a terrible person, whether with proof or not, I think he's somewhat doing more for the people than the Democrats seem to want to do.
What's he doing?
Like, I think the no tax on tips thing and the no tax on overtime is a good idea. I think what he's doing for like American car companies and just citizens themselves, as far as like the $10,000 tax rebate for if you buy an American vehicle, I think that's interesting.
All right. Are those the first two? We'll just start with those two things. We'll start with those two things.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, not a problem. We'll start with those two things. Okay. One, the no tax on tips thing was not him. That's actually a Bernie Sanders policy. Actually, before that was a Rand Paul policy. That's a very old policy, one that Kamala Harris also ran on.
Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, one that Kamala Harris actually ran on also, and hers was a lot more extensive and actually would have given larger tax breaks for the overtime and tips. Second of all, it's not no tax on overtime and no tax on tips. It's just a certain amount, especially if it's not a cash tip. And certain levels of overtime are tax deductible at the end of the year. So it's not freaking like there's no tax on them. There's still a tax, and it's a very small level, especially if you work 4 tips or work primarily a whole bunch of overtime. You're only getting a very, very tiny percentage of that is tax deductible. Not that the whole thing is going on. Second of all, when it comes to freaking car manufacturing in the United States, car prices are through the fucking roof in the country due to Donald Trump's tariffs, right? So what Donald Trump is pretty much doing is effectively raising the price of American cars and then giving you a rebate on the price of cars on the price that he's already raised it up.
Even it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically just wiping out the rebate that you'd be getting. Also, the auto industry is seeing a 2.4% decline in new vehicle purchases, which is what that credit only is applied to.
Right, new vehicles, and I believe that's
Yep.
until like 2028, I think.
Yeah, everything expires the year he leaves office, his last year in office.
Which I guess that makes sense because he's not making it like a permanent policy.
Then why
And I
did the
understand where you guys are coming
TCJA
from.
expire when, just after 4 years? If that
I'm
made
sorry?
sense, why was the TCJA for 8 years and not 4?
What is that?
The Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2017, why was that implemented for 8 years instead of 4 if it makes sense that things should expire when that president leaves office?
All right, well, I don't think that it makes sense that it should expire when whoever puts in the policy,
Oh.
gets out of office. I don't think
So then why
there
was
should
the
be term limits on like laws and stuff like that, or not laws, but it's just like policies being passed. I do think that's kind of odd. I don't like when either party takes away
Gotcha.
anything that was good for anybody, and then next president comes in and then just takes it out. I think that is kind of dumb.
Gotcha.
I
So
understand the angle you guys are coming from with you said Elizabeth
Angle.
Warren was the one that originally brought in
Bernie
tax
Sanders,
concepts?
Elizabeth Warren,
Bernie Sanders.
Rand Paul.
Okay.
Rand Paul.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Well, actually, it
I
was
don't
Ron
have a
Paul's
problem
dad.
with.
Rand is the one that's in office, I believe.
That,
I get them confused. Their names are too
they might have
close.
both had that policy.
No, not the one that's currently in office. He's never had that policy. It was just his dad
Well,
in
Okay,
2012.
that's fair.
also, I'm looking at the job numbers for auto manufacturing, and they are not looking good.
Okay, well, yeah, that's been that way for like a while now.
No, not
I'm
really.
not going to blame that on any president.
No, it hasn't. I mean, it's been down, but yeah, no, it was staying pretty steady for quite a while. Yeah. So
But like in the past 20 years or so, it's kind of always been on a decline, right? Has there been a rise in
not a significant
car
rise, but what I'm
manufacturing jobs
saying
in
is
America?
that the Trump administration,
But
you're
it's
saying that
always
he's
been on a decline.
your claim was that Donald Trump is doing things for the people. That's what I'm saying. All I'm just making is a claim that gas prices are higher, gas prices are higher, auto manufacturing prices are higher, jobs are down. We have a higher unemployment rate due to his tariffs, right? And so, like you making this claim about $10,000 if you buy an American car. First of all, I thought we lived in free market capitalism, and I don't like American cars. I think they're trash, right? So why would I want to pay higher costs for foreign cars regardless? But even then, right, like it doesn't seem like they're making as many cars. They're much more expensive. The tariffs are affecting a lot of the parts inside of it. I don't see how any of this is actually like pro-America or Americans.
Okay, when you break it down like that, I can see the argument for not being American. How the lady was saying that basically with the tax rebate and with the prices of everything already being high, it's basically like negating it basically. And plus, it's not actual cash; it's just a tax deduction for businesses. I don't really know how it would work for like a actual individual himself.
It just reduces your tax burden. So
Okay.
it would effectively potentially lower which tax bracket you fall in.
Okay. All right. As far as like just the whole no tax on tip thing, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's obvious that both sides will campaign or do like a certain policy and blah blah blah. And whether that passes or not, if it's a good idea, it's a good idea. The shitty part about it, in our government is that, yeah, once it gets to the table, then everyone puts their hands on it and they're like, all right, well, let's change this, or I'm not going to agree on it. So I understand that perspective, but even though after what we talked about with the rebates and everything, like it's still passed. I think it's still a little bit beneficial, even if it's just a portion of your overtime that's not getting taxed. I still think, that's a come up for American people.
Yeah, we've
Another
never.
thing-
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Another thing, I guess.
No. Before we move on to the
He
other
did
thing, what
was-
she was getting ready to say is we never argued that it was bad.
Okay. No. I agree.
What you're
What
you're doing, sir, and I'm not trying to be a dick, just being honest, okay? What you're doing is you're taking a tiny little blip of one thing that was good in a giant bill that was overwhelmingly bad for the American people, and then saying well, what about this one little part? So that was one page of a 900-page bill, which has,
332
whatever,
pages annotated.
330-page bill. You're taking one. I'm not sure even it was a page, Ari. I was just making a misliteral over here. Anyways, I was saying it's a very small part. It's a couple paragraphs in a 300-page bill, and you're like, oh, well, he's doing things for America. When the rest of that 300-page bill did things like rip tens of millions of people off their Medicaid, ripped a whole bunch of people off of their food benefits, right? Increased or increased our unemployment rate, like did a whole bunch of horrible stuff for us, right? And so it's fine. I mean, I think in any 300-page bill, I think most people could find a thing they like in there, but that doesn't mean that Donald Trump is somehow like America first or that he's helping Americans, because you can find one thing. And she fact checks me all the time, y'all. This is normal. I just live in this life. Okay.
Numbers are my thing.
I totally understand where you come from with that. So the main question was, well, why do you support him? So I'm just going to give another thing. So did he not just pass to make it so that HBCUs get federal money permanently or something?
He did that in his first term. And he also cut it by $500 million a year.
Yeah, so it's a play on words, right? So it is. Hold on, let's see. How do I put this? What he did is he made it permanent, right? But he made it permanent at an extremely lower level, like you said, $500 million shorter than every president had done, just because. Like every Congress had just passed a whole bunch of money for HBCUs. He lowered it significantly, and then it was like, yeah, but it's permanent. Like, yeah, but it wasn't enough, right? It wasn't anything, right? I forget the exact numbers. I can look up all the numbers to give you exact. But yeah, it was actually historic lows when it came to actual funding of HBCUs. Historic lows.
Okay, that's understandable. Will there be anything in the future that would stop a future president from adding funds to that permanent?
No, they can always.
Yeah, Biden already did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that in his first term, and Biden already gave more.
Okay. All right. So then, but for some reason, it's a big deal that it wasn't permanent before.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It had to be. It would have to be constantly voted on, which I mean, that's just how Congress works, anyways. So he made permanent federal funding for $255 million per year, which only broke down to about $85 million per year for specific HBCUs, so per each institution. And that's where it was a cut from what they previously received, because it broke down to smaller amounts to each one that they were getting.
Okay, so then now moving forward after he leaves, it's always going to be in the budget. So then the only thing that they could really argue now would just be to either add more funds or take away more funds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put this in I'm trying to put this in like a perspective for you, okay? And let me try to do this, okay? Let me try to do this, okay? We're going to use really easy numbers, okay? Let's just say every single year, every single president had given $100 to HBCUs, okay? Like Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Obama, all of them, and then Trump came in and said, I am going to permanently give you $4.
Was it that much of a cut?
It was probably something more like 20, to be more accurate as far as the cut go, right? But even if it was 50%,
20% cut?
Huh? It was a huge, the permanent level. He gave more than even the permanent level cut. What I'm saying is that permanent level cut doesn't mean anything. It was so minuscule and meaningless that minute little cut of freaking what he made permanent that it really doesn't affect anything. If they don't vote on that one little part for HBCUs, then HBCUs are drastically underfunded.
Okay, but then they could still campaign.
Yeah. So we'll put it this way.
They were already doing that. So they were already doing that.
Let me break this down numerically just really quickly for you about the HBCUs. All right. So Donald Trump's first term, he approved $255 million per year, which broke down to about $85 million per college, right? So, and this was over 4 years, $255 million over 4 years. Barack Obama did $4 billion, so billion with the B, over his 8 years, right? So that's really $2 billion per term, okay? So you can see how that's already significantly more than what Donald Trump did that he made permanent. And then Joe Biden did $16 billion over his 4 years.
And you said that Trump's was 250 million
255 million
for 4 years.
For 4 years.
So that breaks
Well,
down.
that's permanent, but
255 million per year or spread across 4 years.
No, it's permanent funding for each year.
Permanent funding for each year, so 1 billion.
Yeah.
So that was actually
a substantial cut just from Obama's term of 2 billion.
1 billion as opposed to 16 billion in the Biden administration.
Okay.
Yeah, and what'd you say, 8 billion?
4 billion under Obama total for 8 years, so 2 billion per 4 years.
4 years. Okay. And then I mean, I of course it would be a much smaller amount, but then do we do permanent fundings for I guess other colleges? I guess non-black colleges?
We do, but yeah, we actually look at the funding for non-black colleges and look at the funding for for more traditional colleges. We'll call them white colleges, whatnot, and they actually usually receive on average a much higher level of government subsidies.
Okay, and I mean more so because it's going to be just way more of them by the numbers.
Yeah, but let's also be very clear that Donald Trump is threatening the funding of all of those colleges if they don't do stuff that he likes, right? If they don't freaking
suing them right now.
Yeah, if he doesn't teach, they don't teach the way he likes, or freaking or hire the right instructors that he likes, or allow protests that he doesn't like, then he's literally suing the colleges and trying to shut off federal funding.
Okay, well, only argument I have to that is I really think it depends on what people are protesting. If it's super anti-American, Hezbollah type stuff like that, maybe that shouldn't be on our colleges.
No one's protesting for terrorist organizations to exist.
Literally no. Donald Trump is shutting off their funding because he's saying that the professors they hire are too woke. That's why he's stopping it.
Yeah, and I guess by his definition, woke could be because
anyone speaking out against his administration.
He called the 6'3" conservative fucking Supreme Court woke
for voting down his tariffs.
Okay. All right. Can I add another point, or I guess a whole different point?
Go ahead. Huh?
I don't know if it has passed yet, or if it will pass, but the whole intention of paying or having an account for American-born kids,
funded by private donors. That's cool. It's all fine and dandy, right? So when it comes to that 401k that they're talking about, it's paid for by private donors and also some taxpayer money, because the amount that they gave for private donations is not enough to cover, let's just say, a family over 4 years for any of them to have children. And let's just say we all of a sudden start having 3 million babies a year. Right. The amount that was promised is not enough to cover that many kids. Right. It's just not enough to cover that.
Yeah, no. So I totally understand that, because I think that the Dell company people, they did 100 billion or something like that.
No one did over $1 billion. I'm pretty sure they just did millions.
Is it millions?
Yeah, I'd have to check, but it's been a while since I've looked into that. But even then,
all right, the amount. Let's say it's 100 million. Just to throw out a number there. I understand that it is from private donors, and it's not supposed to be a permanent thing, because it's not going to be sustainable for all that. But I just think the implementation of that plan, even if it just helps one generation, or as long as there isn't any discriminatory, as long as it's just, if you're American, boom, you're getting it. I think that's pretty great for, even if it's 100,000 kids.
You could already do that, sir. You can already make an IRA for your kid that they would have access to after when they turn 18. Sorry, like these things already in
Like a
existence.
trust. Yeah.
Yeah. And also like the amount of money that they're able to put into that account is limited, less than what you could contribute to your normal accounts for that. Like this isn't
Yeah, I think they
anything.
said you can only. I think it's opening with $1,000, and I don't understand where he was getting the numbers from, but he was saying that like through, I guess companies possibly putting into your like retirement funds or something, or just skipping over that and just putting it into your account to like help you. So I'm assuming like when you turn 16 and you start working, if you have that account, a company could be like, hey, I'll put in 10K for something for you or something like that. So like I believe his intention after interest, which of course can all be bullshit. He's assuming that at minimum these $1,000 accounts will grow to $100,000 by the time they get turn 18.
Yeah, a couple things here. One, the fact that you're having to try this hard to find something good that Donald Trump is doing is astonishing to me. Okay, like just to be completely honest with you. Second of all, okay, just out of curiosity, how about if in those accounts we put like $11 billion? Wouldn't that be pretty good?
I'm sorry?
Wouldn't it be cool if like in those like accounts for like the next generation we put $11 billion in?
But that's not realistic though.
That's what we've spent attacking Iran in the last couple weeks. Actually, we've spent more than that. That was what we spent.
1.3 just in the first week.
Yeah, we spent that in the first like in 10 days of attacking Iran. Like literally all that money, instead of trying to beg private donors to maybe put a little bit of money in. Looking how many kids we could have funded with $11 billion and counting. I'm pretty sure it's costing between $1 to $2 billion a day to attack this, to attack this country that was of no imminent threat to us, right? Just to be clear. And I'm all for helping kids, right? Like I'm all for setting up kids in the future. Donald Trump's added freaking what number are we at now? 12 trillion, $13 trillion in national debt. That's
Approved spending.
Yeah, in approved spending and approved debt over the next 10 years and stuff like that. Like Donald Trump is screwing over the next generation financially. They might need some accounts because they're about to be hurting really, really bad because they're going to have a lot of debt that we're supposed to be paying off. And instead of using our tax dollars, right, to actually fund our kids, you know what I'm saying, the next generations, right, we're using that to try to do another maybe regime change war. I don't really understand what we're doing.
Also, I think it's more than that. Sorry, I just remembered. We're expected to hit a national debt of $54 trillion by 2036.
That's fucking
We're at
nuts.
38 now.
Yeah. That about checks. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, sir, is like, yeah, you can say like, oh, maybe this account was well intentioned or whatever. Sure, fine. Again, it's nothing you could have just done on your own. You could have, right? Like anybody could do that already and try to set their kids up, right? Like I think Florida already had a program that's actually very similar to that when it comes to like college accounts and all sort of stuff. Like they do like payment plans for your kids' college and payment plans for your kids like dorm rooms that you start like when they're born. You pay a small like thing and they match it.
Which we used to have that with bonds, but we did away with those college bonds a long time ago at the federal government, where you would just grow interest at a steady amount that you could then apply to colleges. But even then, like it's only for kids that are born over the next 4 years. And let's mind you that Donald Trump wants to try to make sure to basically strip away citizenship opportunities for kids born over the next 4 years. So
yeah, absolutely. So I see you're just like it, and I don't know why. It just seems like you're just kind of trying to find something and like trying to pick something apart, and I don't really understand why. But I mean, if you have to try that hard, man, I don't think he's doing too well.
I mean, I don't really think I'm trying to pick anything apart. I was just trying to answer the question of like, why do you support him? And those were just like some of the things that I was like, oh, okay, like this is somewhat worth supporting, even though you did give very good points for the whole the tax reduction for the car thing and the no tax on tips. So I understand that, but yeah, no, it's not like I'm trying to like defend the man, but it's just simply just trying to answer your question.
No,
like,
you're fine. I'm not attacking you, dude. What I'm saying is like right now we have like super high unemployment, record job losses, right? Like we're literally at war, right? Like there's huge economic things that are happening right now. There's huge international, things that are happening right now. They're like literally, like we're bombing schools and throwing like children in immigration concentration camps. Like there's huge things right now, man. And so it's just like, it just seems kind of like, I don't know, disingenuous slightly to be like, dude, but we're going to put $1,000 in an account for kids. Like, no offense, but like, who gives a fuck, dude? Like, true. Like, I mean, in all reality, like we can talk about these points. And I don't have a problem talking about these points. Like, it doesn't bother me, right? I think they can be important things to talk about, but like, in the grand scheme of things, what do any of the three things that you talked about, like the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, the kids accounts, like what was the other thing? Whatever the third thing that you talked about was, like with all of like what in the
Cars.
cars. In the grand scheme of things, like what do those three things really mean?
In the grand scheme of things, I mean, not so much. I totally get that. I mean, just from like personal perspectives, that those small things could mean a lot to average Americans, or at least the ones that can qualify. Because I mean, just for everything, there's like loopholes and things that you have to do to even get some of these benefits if you can. But,
Average
yeah, no,
Americans
it's like,
don't live off of tips. I would say that for the working class, there's a good amount of them that rely on overtime. I would agree with that. Average Americans aren't going out and purchasing brand new cars, sir. That is a place of financial privilege in order to purchase a brand new car. That's not something that benefits them, right? And again, like the $1,000 from the government for a Trump baby account, fucking weird ass god Trump account. I had to put his name on fucking everything. It's doesn't help average Americans if they don't know how to get the paperwork. They're not aware of it. A lot of people are not politically interested at all. Your average American is not invested into politics the way that like let's just say my partner and I are, right? Like we are invested into politics. We read this stuff on our off time. We do this on a daily basis, well, semi-daily basis with everybody here. Like, most people aren't even aware that these Trump accounts exist. And if you don't have somebody good that's filing your taxes, you're not even aware of what tax policies have changed or updated. Like, the average American is don't take me wrong, guys, politically disinclined person. They are not interested in politics until it personally affects them with their wallet specifically.
okay, and that's kind of what like those three things that I brought up kind of do.
No, they
For some people, and I get it. It's not for like a lot of people, but it still helps some people.
Yeah,
And
sir,
like,
but
the overtime thing. The overtime thing helps a lot more people than like those other two things.
it minimally helps a small group of people, while the overwhelming large group of people gets fucked over. That's what we're saying. Okay,
I understand that, but that's
for every
that can be
person,
said about a lot of policies.
it shouldn't.
Yeah, I agree, but that's just how both sides play it.
The Chips and Sciences Act, or the PACT Act, right? Like the infrastructure bill under the Biden administration. You can't say that about any of those, right? You can't say that they helped people. They helped a whole bunch of people. They helped a small group of people while everybody else suffered, right? You can't say that, right? Like they helped the general amount of people. Like, infrastructure helps people. Right? It just does. Isolating ourselves from chips manufacturing, that helps America, that helps our national security, that helps our job market, right? Record high job creation in the Biden administration, right? Record low unemployment rates, like all those things. Those don't affect the small group of people. They affect they affect the large group of people, right? Like, we don't sit here and talk about the small, tiny little things that freaking happen, right? We talk about big things that happen to affect everyone. And these are things under Biden, right? Who I think was probably a very middle of the road president, right? But Donald Trump, as his policies, his overwhelming policy, his tariff policy, negatively affects everyone that purchases anything in this country, and disproportionately affects people that are poor and middle class, right? Like, and that's every single person that buys something in this country is negatively affected. I think a middle class person, the average middle class person in 2025 paid over $1,000 in just tariffs, right? In 2025.
Yeah.
Between $1,000 and $2,000,
Yeah.
and that's just not even them, because the tariffs apply to any individual, any corporation that was importing any good from any of the countries where he had the blanket tariffs applied to, right? But we're not even including that. We're talking about the tariffs where the price, it was tacked on to the price tag that the consumer paid when they checked out, right? Between $1,000 to $2,000 on average. So if we just go right down the middle, we can say $1,500 it costs per person in this country. Mind
Okay.
you, the highest raise that, let's say the very first bracket of the IRS tax bracket, which is if you make less than $12,400, you're taxed at 10%. They saw an average of $13 increase on their taxes this season. The next one is still $54. The next one up from there is about $236. Do you see how none of that like outweighs the $1,500 that we've had to pay because we've gone and bought things that were then inflated due to tariffs?
Okay, I can see that.
In fact, the only people that it actually benefit were the highest tax bracket, where they're seeing an average of $2,036 back in their taxes. No one else is even getting over $1,000.
Okay.
All right, man. Anything else?
Mm, yeah.
I
Let's
kind of
see.
felt that one actually.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you don't mind me just staying on a bit longer. Yeah.
All right, one more, but you got to get there, man.
Okay. I'm sorry. He at the moment just seems more like he supports American people than like the Democrats to me. And like I know that sounds like like contrarian or something like that, but like as far as like it came to like when at the State of the Union, do you think if he had like specifically, because I get everyone saying like, okay, he worded everything as like a ploy. So do you think if he had worded it differently and said, if you stand for Americans and legal immigration first
They still wouldn't have
instead
stood.
of illegals, do you think that they wouldn't have stood up?
They didn't
No.
stand for anything like almost the whole day, dude.
They
It
only
was-
stood for the Medal of Honor recipients, and that was it.
Dude, they weren't standing for anything he said. He just did it. He acted like a fucking really bad like social media debater who's just trying to get like a gotcha on like Democrats. Like that's really all he did. Like he was just trying to get a gotcha on somebody. Like fucking the Democrats are passing bills and fighting against Donald Trump on actual policy that actually affects American people. Donald Trump tries to get a gotcha at the State of the Union while fucking over American people, right? While the Democrats are the only, sat there, shut down the government to fight for people losing their healthcare subsidies, right?
Which
Like-
then Donald Trump bragged about at a State of the Union by saying, we lifted 2.4 million people off of SNAP. Meanwhile, it's actually that they cut down the SNAP benefits from, I think it was like $54 on average to $24 that everyone is receiving and paperworking them to death. So most of them have fallen off of SNAP. Like they don't even, no one was lifted off. They were literally paperworked to death so that they were off.
Yeah. So literally all he did was just try to bait the Democrats into not standing so he can get a viral clip. That's it. Like it's sad and it should be below the office of the presidency. It's just sad that it's fucking not. Fucking the Democrats are actually, and again, I got like Democrats fuck up shit all the fucking time, right? Consistently, all right. But if you think that,
I get he's a character.
But the Democrats are actually fighting for things that actually help American people, while Donald Trump is fighting for things that hurt American people and doesn't seem to care. And that's the sad part. Doesn't seem to actually give a shit. Tells you, hey, your gas prices are going up and it's better for you. And if you don't like it, then fuck off. I don't really care. I'm going to keep doing whatever I want to do. Oh, we're going to add, trillions of dollars to the debt and then go to another forever war after I told you we weren't. I don't really care. Doesn't matter. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And the Democrats are doing what they can to try to stop him. And you're saying, oh, they didn't stand up. Like, nobody fucking cares, dude. Truly, no one cares.
All right, to give Democrats some credit, they at least stood up for like when he was trying to say like let's pass the whole what was it? The whole the stock market
Honest
thing
Act.
with government.
Yeah. That
I wish they hadn't stood up for that.
Yeah. So okay. To be clear, like that was also a ploy because that act was originally introduced beginning of last year. I want to say March of 2025, by Senator Massey. Josh Hawley in the Senate, right? And he argued for it on the floor. It was originally called the Pelosi Act. They didn't they thought it was funny. He went and worked with the Democratic caucus, on the committee, right? Renamed it to the Honest Act. And then it was only Hawley and then all of the 7 Democrats on that committee that voted it forward to move it forward to a vote on the floor. You actually saw Senator Rick Scott out of Florida, a Republican out of Florida, that stood up and argued against it in that committee, being like, this is going to discourage entrepreneurs from running for Congress, and we need entrepreneurs to be here. Mind you, I could go on about Rick Scott. I'm gonna stop. Okay. Anyway, Donald Trump spoke out.
It then. So
To be clear, like originally last year when this bill was introduced by Hawley, Donald Trump put it out on his social media, on his True Social, being like, this isn't good. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Like, he spoke out heavily about it, never spoke out once for it since he was literally carved out of an exception was made for sitting presidents. Literally an exception was made for him.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to add, is that Donald Trump literally argued that the Honest Act shouldn't affect him, literally saying that he should be allowed to insider trade and make money as president to do all this sort of stuff. So yeah, they stood up for that.
That makes sense. If this is his last 3 years, then he's just like, all right, yeah, let me do it, and I don't care what happens afterwards.
No, the fact is that he's made billions of dollars in the presidency, literally doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So another thing would just be at least it passed. You know, it sucks that it doesn't cover him. I think it should cover presidents. I don't think anyone in Congress should have any stakes on the market, but that's just me. But yeah,
Donald Trump's
I think
literal new DHS secretary is literally like just they released that he was doing a whole bunch of insider trading when it came to fucking all sorts of shit. Get fired. He's getting promoted by the Trump administration.
Yeah, and that fucking sucks.
Just saying, that shows you how much he cares about that. But anyways, we're gonna move on. Keep going. Keep moving on to the next caller. I really appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, man. You guys have a great night.
You too.
You too.
Appreciate it.
All right, y'all. We're gonna keep this thing going. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. Love you guys. Smoochies. If you guys like support, we do have super chats, super stickers, 3 more corgis over there. If you guys want to help me clear that little gift goal out, I really appreciate that. Also send some over to Ari on her account down there too. Don't forget about all of that.
Don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button depending on which platform you're on.
Yeah, and we do have pay links in our bio. We have at Polypolitics on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We also have Mermaid RE0. So really appreciate you over there. James, thank you so much for the happy poop. Christina, thank you so much for the 6-7. Andrew, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, do you guys think Matt No Sick Days Walsh, his childhood dream was to be a lumberjack, and that's why he LARPs as one on his show? We all had dreams, right? We all had dreams, and maybe so stupid. Why he LARPs on his show?
I mean, we have. I mean, if you want to be honest, our entire presidential cabinet is LARPing on a daily basis.
Have you ever seen LARPing in like real life?
Yeah. Yes, I absolutely
You've
have.
been LARPing, haven't you?
I have not.
She's been LARPing.
I have
Don't.
not.
She's been LARPing.
No, thank you.
She
Actually,
has.
one of my friends, when I went out and visited her back in Colorado, she had just had her kid, and her husband was LARPing in the park, and I was just sitting on the blanket with her and her baby. It was actually really cute just to watch the baby. I have pictures of it somewhere.
So let's be clear. He had a brand new baby, and he made the brand new baby and the wife sit in the car while he LARPed.
It was a nice day in the Colorado summer. Like, no, she wasn't in the car. We were in the park.
Stay here while I.
Also, technically, if you guys have ever been to a Renaissance fair, they're LARPing there. So,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that is true. But
I've been to so many. You've also seen LARPing then. Thank you for admitting that.
Yeah, no, I've seen it at a park in town here.
Yeah. So
I don't need to see it. Like, yeah,
Well,
I've seen
not
it.
here, but
Yeah, thank you, Corey. She LARPs on the reg. LARPs on the reg.
I think he would know. Thank you.
She does. Tara, thank you so
insulted by
much for those 3 corgis. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I only got one more to go there. Scott says, switch seats so Ari is not covered with the chat. We actually had done a few. We were like switching them back and forth, and then we haven't switched. Next weekend we'll switch back, and I'll be in the chat. I don't mind being in the chat.
Yeah.
Doesn't
It's
bother
okay,
me.
guys. Either way, like.
Yeah, it don't bother me at all. So I'll be in the chat. It's probably better for you guys to read the chat with me down there anyway, because I'm brown, so the white lettering probably works a little better. You know what I'm saying? All that white lettering probably gets lost, like when it goes by here.
But thank you, Tara, for the
And Tara, thank you so much for the galaxy for Ari. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Huge W's in the chat for Tara, for the corgis, for the galaxy, and Shay for clearing off that gift goal too. I really appreciate that. We got galaxies going off over here. Check this out.
That's that same number.
Hello?
Nigger.
Yeah. So original.
Yeah, first time I've ever heard that one actually.
You're right. I've never heard that one before. Is that a new word?
Sorry, I don't know how to answer that question. Is that a new word? It's such a funny thing. Oh shit, I didn't realize you were trying to get a call in. My bad. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, how old are you?
What's that?
How old are you?
41.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
Do I like him? No. I do support his actions and what he's done for the American people.
And what's he done for the American people? It's funny you put on her face. Sorry.
As I'm like, not.
I know you're not paying attention at all. Are you okay, sir?
No, I'm fine. Are you okay? All tee-heeing it up. I thought we were having a debate.
No, I was actually laughing at Ari having a St. Patrick's Day thing put on her face. Is that okay with you?
Oh, no, I thought, yeah, that's fine. I thought you were laughing at me.
No, sir.
I
Don't
can't
be
see
so.
the video
Don't be so sensitive, sir.
I'm sensitive. Okay.
Yeah, I can tell.
Sure. All
It's
you
okay.
guys have is
You know,
insults
I've
and
actually
not
read
facts.
some studies on that, and it usually comes from not being hugged as a child. So.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have both parents as a child. I have a loving wife of 15 years. I also have a cat.
Poor cat.
I get plenty.
Anyways,
of
why do you support Trump?
Well, because he's lowered the price of everything in office. If you actually did your research, the highest gas prices and grocery prices and inflation was actually under Biden. Obama was
Oh,
up
no,
there.
a
He was
pandemic.
the first record high.
Yes, sir. What's the inflation rate right now?
Hey, Google. Hey, Google. The inflation rate currently. What is the current inflation rate?
Sir, I don't know is like a totally okay answer.
It is 2.4% right now.
Awesome. What does that mean?
Well, that means it's lower than what it was during Biden.
Incorrect.
also
That means it
what
is
No.
2.4% more expensive than it was a year ago.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So
Yep.
gas is more expensive now. Groceries are more expensive now.
Yes. Actually, like unequivocally, gas prices
Are
and grocery
you
prices are
completely-
more expensive. Yeah.
Are you completely out of your mind? It was $5 under Biden. That
When?
was the
What
highest
year?
price
What
of
year?
gas.
What month and what year?
2022.
2022. Hey sir, I don't know why, like I honestly don't know why individuals such as yourself like lived and died in the year 2022. Like you are so
Well, you
stuck.
asked the question,
Can you
I'm
tell me?
answering
Can you
it.
tell me? Hey, what did Joe Biden do specifically that caused worldwide inflation and caused the price of gas to go up worldwide? What
I don't know,
sweeping
maybe
policy did
spent
Joe Biden
$56
pass?
billion to support several major wars across the world. That definitely hit
What
us pretty
wars?
hard.
What wars did he fund in 2022? What wars
We
plural?
spent $56 trillion to the Ukraine war.
$56 trillion?
$56 trillion.
You said trillion with a T.
With a T. Trillion.
$56 trillion to Ukraine.
Yep.
Joe,
the Ukrainian
that's
war.
not. I don't think that's the U.S. GDP for 4 years.
It's not. It's not. It's
Right.
not.
I don't-
That's more than our debt. That's more than our national debt.
That's not. We don't even have that much money to give them.
Right. That's what causes a
No.
national debt.
I mean, physically, we do not have like our
we didn't.
our debt isn't that high.
Well, it's not now.
Joe Biden added $7
It
trillion
wasn't in
ish dollars to the debt.
2022.
It's not now. It's not
It
that
wasn't
high
in
now.
2022 either. We're at 38.
Can I ask him a question? I have a very important question. Okay.
Yeah.
When did Biden leave office?
2025, at the beginning of 2025.
Perfect. What was the average gas price across the United States when Biden left office?
When Biden left office, was the average national gas price? It would have been around, about $3.94.
About $3.14, actually. Yeah.
All right, because that last year he plummeted gas prices down.
Yeah. What is it now? What is it now?
What was the year before that?
What was it?
That?
Sir, I don't
Right
care about the
now,
year before. It's when Donald Trump took office as opposed to when Biden left office. Okay? You don't get to go, oh, it was higher in 2022, and then we're just going to forget 2 years.
You want to know what gas prices are now?
I actually know what they are. I actually did a video about it today. Yeah.
Right now I'm paying $3.32 here in Michigan.
Oh, what's it?
As you can
Yeah.
go.
So is $3.14 or $3.32 higher?
Are you what?
Which one is higher, $3.14 or $3.32?
$3.94.
Where are you getting
At the end of
94,
Biden.
sir? Sir,
Sir, that's
when
not what
Joe
he said.
Biden left office, it
Up
was
in my
$3.
thing,
Sir, it was $3.14 when he left office.
Say, hey, Google, and then you
Oh, wait,
ask
wait,
it
wait,
a
wait.
question.
Hold on.
It's a
I think we have a
non-biased
fundamental
answer.
misunderstanding right now.
Gotcha.
He thinks that the 2.4% inflation that was reported on in March is for right now, when it's actually for February's inflation rate. Hey, caller, you might need to ask Google this. I don't know. You let me know if you got to ask Google. Actually, we'll know because you're going to
We could just ask. I'm sure his phone will hear us. Hey, Google.
Hey, Google, when did the United States bomb Iran?
Or hey, Siri, when did the United States bomb Iran? Or hey, Alexa, when did the United States bomb Iran?
Activating all my shit.
I'm just trying to activate all of your devices no matter where you guys were at. Just thought I'd let you know that.
What did you guys expect to happen? Did you just want Iran and
No.
Iran. Iran
so far away. Anyways, that wasn't my question. Sorry, sir. That wasn't my goddamn question. I asked you when.
Oh,
When. I know, I hurt your princess feelings. I get it. I get this all the time because I say something that, like, I say a curse word. Holy shit, I'm the first woman in all of history to say a fucking cuss word. Goddamn. Like, goddamn, must be okay, anyway. So you're going to have to stop trying to talk over me in order for me to ask you this question, and I just want you to answer this one question. What date?
I just look at
I haven't finished my question and you're still trying to yell over me. Hold on. What date did the United States of America drop bombs on Iran?
it was what, about a month ago?
Nope, not a month ago. I ask you for the date.
I don't have the date because I'm talking to you.
February
assholes on the fucking
28th. February 28th. How many days are there in February?
the shortest month of the year.
7.
I mean, it's Black History Month. You have to expect that. Democrats set that up.
How many days are there in the month of
28, the end of February.
28. Fantastic. Thank you. So the 2.4% inflation rate is not accounting for the fact that we bombed another fucking country, which is a major oil producer and has control over a major oil route. Right. 20% of the. I'm not done,
trying to get
sir.
nuclear capabilities.
Sir, stay on track. That's not even what we're talking about.
Well, you're acting like it was just something he did to do it.
I don't care. Stay on track. That's not what I'm talking about.
Is this how often you let your wife finish also?
I'm pretty sure this is the guy that called me the other day and said that horrible shit to me,
but we get along perfectly.
I'm sure you don't. Anyway.
Oh
my goodness. Anyway, so the Strait of Hormuz, it routes about 20% of the world's oil, okay? And we know that this has negatively impacted gas. Gas reached over $120 a barrel last Sunday. Last week, literally 7 days ago. That's why the IEA, the international organization, is putting out $400 million a barrel, and the United States of America under Donald Trump is supplying 172 million of those barrels.
In 1 year and 4 months, right? I got you. Yep.
No, right now. It's not over.
In 1 year and 4 months. It's being in office.
He hasn't been in office for 1 year and 4 months. He's been in office for almost 14 months. That's not 1 year and 4 months. You are really bad at this.
Technically, years are only 10 months.
What month is it right now? Excuse me? What month is it? Is this February?
Do you not know?
That's the second month. Are you fucking out of your mind? There's 12 months in a year.
What? When was...
Hold on. Please, for the love of fucking God. When did Donald Trump become president?
Well, he got voted in.
I didn't ask you when he got voted in. I asked you when he became president.
He took office about a month later.
We're still wrong.
It was about the second month.
Still wrong.
So it'd be like 1 year and 3 months.
No, It would be 1 year and 2 months, like she just said. Because she just said it. Because we know how to count. Because it's not hard.
Oh my God.
I know.
14 months.
All the other facts null and void.
14 months and 5 days.
You guys are so
14
right.
months and 5 days.
What facts, sir? You haven't said a fact. You haven't even said a good,
because we're gonna.
You haven't even said a good lie yet.
You gotta pick shit apart just to fucking prove something. Just like you just blamed the other guy for doing. Oh, you guys gotta pick apart things.
We actually had a really good conversation with the last
He was actually a decent human being, unfortunately, unlike you.
He actually had brains.
If you two had a single thought
I think he had at least most of his brain cells.
It'd be a fucking lonely one.
Got it. I mean, we've already established that you can't count. You don't know what the price of it, what the inflation is right now. You lived and died, sir.
Yeah.
Calm down. It's okay. You lived and died. You lived and died in the year 2022. Okay, right? Mind you, what actually caused inflation was a deal that Poly Talks. I mean, it's not
Poly Talks.
Poly Politics. Again, made a great video. Y'all should go watch it. I watched it from him earlier today.
I forced her.
Yeah, he did. I was literally tied up in a chair and was like, "Put it in front of you, watch it now." Okay, and I did. That's actually a lie. Please don't take me seriously. Anyway, thanks, guys. So, like, there was this deal that was signed into like by Donald Trump in April 2020 where where he made a deal with OPEC, right? The conglomerate of foreign countries, not including the United States, that made a deal and agreed that, guess what? They were going to shorten how much oil they were producing, right? In a year, okay? And that was OPEC, right? So it's called the OPEC Plus deal. Google is free. Look it up or ask your Google machine since you love asking it questions, okay? So within that deal, they shortened the amount of oil that they were going to produce for the next 2 years. When Joe Biden was elected office, because the price of gas was continuing to go up, he tried to enter into negotiations with OPEC to rescind the OPEC Plus deal because our price of gas was still ongoing. Mind you, Donald Trump did this for a pandemic that he told the American people was only going to last for 2 weeks. He signed a deal for 2 years on a pandemic that was only supposed to go on for 2 weeks. Okay? And OPEC said no because they were making more money by the price of gas going up. And even after the OPEC Plus deal expired, they still didn't go back to their normal production of what they were producing in March of 2020 for 2 years until April of 2025, where they announced on their publicly available press release, guys, at OPEC's website, that they were going to start producing more oil. And then since they signed that, like they made that announcement, the United States of America has been importing 800 million, like 800.
Is OPEC domestic oil?
No. It's a
Right.
foreign conglomerate.
That's exactly right. It's not. America first is Donald Trump's whole thing. You quit importing the
Then
shit.
why
More
are we?
American
No,
oil companies
sir.
have
You
room
cut
to
me off at
spring
the
up.
most important part. You literally cut me off at the most important part. We are
Okay.
importing more oil, 800
Mm-hmm.
million barrels more a month right now, according to the EIA.gov. I've also made a video on this, guys, okay? Right now than we were prior to them increasing their global supply.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the gas went down, right? But it didn't even beat the last year of Biden's numbers until October of 25. And then every month since then, it's been above Biden's gas. Yes, sir. You should literally do some research. It's really easy to do.
Price, the national average gas price under Trump was $2.99.
Oh my God.
What does that
That's
have to do with
national
anything
average.
she fucking said?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Are you kidding me?
Still lower. Gas is still lower now than Biden's best fucking year. It's
No,
Incorrect.
better
His
it's
best
fucking
year-
not.
No, it's not. His
No, it's
best year
fucking
was
not.
2024.
Oh, really?
No, it fucking wasn't.
Yeah, his best year was 2024.
You
Again,
guys
you
are
lived in.
delusional.
I
Sir,
don't think you have an ability to comprehend anything she just said, so you're just saying fucking words.
You
No,
lived and
I
died in the year
comprehend it. It just don't
2022.
make no fucking sense because I lived it.
Sir,
Does nobody remember
Donald
the
Trump's
gas prices?
listen here. I'm gonna put it on the screen so everybody who has all their brain cells can follow
Yeah,
along.
bring
Okay.
it up off a Democratic website.
This is
from some
Fox
foreign
News.
company.
This is Fox News.
I heard they're
Just use
super
your damn
Democrat.
AI on
Sir,
your phone
it's
to ask
no.
the questions. It's a non-biased.
Sir, this
It's
is
non-biased.
Fox News. No, not only is this not non-biased, this is Republican leaning, Republican jumping. This is as far as Republican almost as you can get. This is Fox News talking
I don't
about the
watch the
deal.
news.
I don't give a shit what you watch, sir. Okay?
Well, I don't give a shit what you say because you're just
All
puking.
right, time for children to be quiet. This literally is Fox News bragging. Okay, it literally says in here, the president showed his skills at deal making, right, in 2020. Okay, where it literally says right here, production will also be reduced by 8 million barrels per day from July through December and 6 million barrels per day from January 2021 until April 2022. It literally on Fox News shows right there that Donald Trump's shitty deal went all the way through Biden's administration into 2022. And if you look at peak gas prices, they actually peak out in June of 2022, right after this deal expires. And then, oh yeah, when Biden actually got the chance, okay, to actually start implementing his policies because Donald Trump's shitty policies were no longer in place, gas prices lowered. They lowered significantly, they lowered drastically, and the bottom fell out of gas prices because the Biden administration was actually able to actually implement their policies. Literally the reason why gas prices were so high under Biden was literally because of Trump and Trump alone. And now Trump comes back in, does more shit, gas prices start going back up again. Okay? When we're still in this Iran war after Donald Trump freaking leaves office, right? When we're still in the Iran war after Donald Trump leaves office, are you still going to freaking blame the next president, or how's that going to work?
I can't even mention the number of years in my own head that the years I'm no older
Since
than
you were
Fly. That's the guy you're talking about, Biden. The guy with severe dementia, the oldest president in history.
Donald Trump is
guy
the
that
oldest
was-
president in
Couldn't
history
even
right now.
walk upstairs. The guy that couldn't ride a bike. The guy that
Donald
couldn't find the exit off the stairs.
See,
Oh, Donald
this
Trump.
is what idiots like this do. I just literally broke down actual gas policy for this guy. And instead of actually being able to respond to it, instead of actually trying to have a conversation with me about it, he goes to, but Biden had dementia. Well, guess what, sir? Biden with dementia was still a better president than Donald Trump. All you're saying, sir, by saying that Donald Trump has dementia, is saying that by saying that Biden has dementia, is saying that a dementia patient is still better than the guy you voted for. Okay, that's all that's saying. You're not helping your case over here. Okay, you're not doing better by saying that. What you're saying is that the president that you voted for literally doesn't have the competency of a dementia patient. All right, that's your big win here. Okay? But I'm gonna drop this idiot because I'm really tired of talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I recognize his voice, and I think he was the one that said deplorable shit to me the other night that I told you about.
Oh. He said his wife is a Democrat, and for the love of God.
I hope she divorces
And
him.
I was gonna say, ladies, leave your MAGA husbands. But just leave your MAGA partners just in general. I know it's mostly ladies and mostly husbands, okay? But
we know that by
if you're MAGA, if your partner is MAGA, just leave them, okay? She's never climaxes. She's never even heard of a climax, okay? She doesn't even know she doesn't even know that exists, okay?
She's only with him because she needs the house when he dies.
It's like some Hugh Hefner shit.
She gets the house when he dies. That's why she's still there.
She is definitely cheating. 100%.
She's got a liberal boyfriend, guarantee it.
100%.
I'm just saying.
Sophia said, thank you so much for the $5. Said, hi, Ari and Polly. Silly idea. Y'all should get a song effect with that song. And I ran so far away when the people mispronounced Iran. So, Sophia, funny enough, for you guys that have been around me for years now, who've been following me for years, I used to have a soundboard. And I actually used to have that song on there. And I would debate people and they would run from me because they didn't have anything to freaking debate me on. They would get dog walked. And I would play that song every single time that somebody bounced on me. The goal was to see how many people I could get to run from my debate by the end of the night. Okay.
I mean, you got a lot of them, so
I did. I
lot.
was pretty pro status at it. Unfortunately, over on the tubes, they call that a copyright infringement. So I can't do it.
So we can't do that anymore. So.
Yes, Ruby, I also played Runaway by Bon Jovi and Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
You also would do Bye Bye Bye.
I also did do Bye Bye Bye. I had NSYNC Bye 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 freaking up there. We had a bunch of them, man. We were freaking stacked.
Can't remember what other ones you used.
Yeah, I had a bunch of them. Scott says, does the grant even cover the hospital admission? No, it doesn't. Not in the United States. It sure as hell doesn't. That'll get you a bottle of Tylenol in a U.S. hospital. Chris, thank you so much for the happy poop. Butterfield, thank you so much for the lucky clover. Tatted, thank you so much for the $5. Says, LARPing is for nerds as I put my Pokemon cards into a new binder. And just got a Star Wars tattoo. Just thought I'd remind you that you're definitely nerd status. All right, we love you. hey, no complaint on nerds over here, okay? We're not.
I like Pokemon. He barely knows any Pokemon. Tatted, I don't know if you know this, and I've showed it to other people. I don't remember when, but I have all of the evolutions on the wall.
She's so many of them.
He understands. You don't.
I helped you put them up.
I know.
I don't care.
And I have a Mew. It's adorable.
Robs, thank you so much for the $5. Says, well, we officially found the chuckle fuck of the day. It took some time. We got there. It took us like almost 3 hours to get in there, but we almost got there. And Scott, thank you so much for the $2. Says Trump is the guy who shits himself. Yes, he is.
Ain't that the unfortunate truth?
Yep, that is what it is. That is what it is. All right, y'all. Is it that time?
I think so.
Yeah, we've been on for 3 hours. I think that's about that time. Yo, we are going to call it a night. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. But we are going to shut it the fuck down and go get some rest and some food.
Yeah, he ate before we went live, but I need to eat food
because I'm fat.
No. That's not why.
Love you guys. We will be back live on our separate platforms tomorrow.
He burns more calories than me. That's all.
Almost made a sex joke there.
Oh my God. There are sometimes, yeah.
I will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
We'll be live on our own channels. Hope you guys have a wonderful night and a happy Sunday. Okay.
Placenta
Love you guys.
Gate. Bye.
Bye.